and it was a delayed reaction on our end. So. Or I thought I was hitting record, but I was already recording, and I hit the streaming instead. You know that thing where you're recording, forget where you're recording, think you're hitting something for its recording.
20 minutes later, shit.
And you're like, fuck. I think we've all done that.
I missed that women's match.
Oh yeah, there was a whole like Rise women's match you didn't shoot or something.
Yeah.
Or was it Rise or RWA?
Might have been RWA.
Okay.
Which is probably for the better.
It wasn't a good one. It was.
But yeah, it was like, hey, wait a minute. Where's that red dot? Oh, damn.
It was like, I'm throwing. You throw a lot of women's matches on YouTube because they do very well on YouTube, and then just like I was just like, that wasn't a good match. I was like, well, I didn't post it for being a good match.
Yeah.
I posted because
shut up and watch it and click on something else because of it.
People are very interested in Laura Lovelace. I'm just saying. So.
I am a fan.
Mike, did you hit the traffic right back in its stupid face? You got here earlier than I expected, so I think you did.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to start eating a little bit before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit traffic and had not eaten, therefore.
Yes. Yeah, I got home probably about a half hour later than I normally do. So yeah.
You ready for this? I got no plan. First show of the year. I have barely any plan. Other than Chad's here.
Hey. We're going to make a big deal about Chad being here.
Hey.
Wrestling.
I want to kill this video over here.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I need to add Mike to the worker page.
Oh, yeah, because you had a new thing.
Can you add him to the worker page?
Yeah, Dutters too.
Yeah.
Not at the moment.
Well, no, like at this very second
time.
I
Pause
the show.
Did you make me an admin on that one?
I will.
Is it a page or a group?
It's a group. Yeah,
it's a group?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a separate thing. We're not just in a group chat. We're not hijacking another promotions.
Like I was actually going to hijack Black Diamonds today, but I was like, Zach's like, just create a group.
I was like, you know what? Just no. They need to keep their stuff straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a cluster at the moment.
Yeah, Mike, that thing that you've been talking with Ronnie about. Mike.
Huh?
That thing that we've
that
been
thing
talking
you guys
about
have been
that?
talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That thing I sent you.
Dutters is
thing
interested.
I sent you. Did you get the?
Oh God,
thing
Dutters
that
yes
thing I sent you?
That
oh boy,
I sent you. The thing I sent you.
What did she say? Somebody asked her Saturday night if she's a wrestler or something.
LaRusso even
Was it LaRusso asking? Of course it was.
Yeah, he was like, well, LaRusso is a little
I have a thought.
Okay.
I have a thought.
about the project.
Yes.
Okay.
We can discuss it after we get off air.
Oh damn it! It's really good. I don't want to lose it.
Are we on air?
We've been streaming, yes.
Yeah, then we can't talk about that right now.
No, we can't talk about that.
Yeah.
We've said too much.
I don't want
Damn it, we've said too much.
Write it down.
Bastard stealing my ideas.
Let's move that wheel over behind you, Chad. Let's get more of that wheel. The forbidden void.
Yeah, spin the wheel of destiny.
There you go.
That's it.
I like
that's the edge of the table.
Yep, that's fine. That's fine. It's right in the shot.
Looks good.
Right in there. We need to preview the elements of Mayhem Mania.
It's so loud.
It is. It comes out. It comes off good on the mics.
That's good.
This is going to be a very good visual or audio effect for podcasting at least.
I'm gonna make you at a mid right now.
Okay. We'll get it all sorted out. What do you want to talk about tonight? We're going to teach Ronnie some lore.
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm obsessed with talking about.
Okay. Chad, Mike, and chat room. You guys got to come up with the most fucked up thing that we've done over the years.
Oh God!
Just be like, Ronnie,
I don't even know if I can say them given my current situation.
Oh, like Ronnie.
Sorry, I did some terrible things when I impersonated Macho Man.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah.
It's all out there, man. It's all out there.
I know, but no one's going to dig that deep in the archives.
You would hope not, right?
Yeah.
They will now.
Yeah. There's some stuff. And now it's all probably transcribed because of YouTube. That's scary. That's a scary thought.
You'd be owing somebody $10,000 if that shit got out, man.
What?
That YouTube shenanigans, owing people $10,000 if you don't put it for parental discretion.
Oh no. Well, you gotta say nothing on my channels for kids.
Oh, that's it.
That's the thing.
Everything's
There's-
on my channel.
yes.
It's for kids.
Yeah, but if you say everything in my channels for kids, you'll lose like everything that makes YouTube work for you
Cool.
as a content creator.
Oh, so then okay,
Yeah.
that works.
So if you are genuinely like I wanted to make content for kids because you're doing YouTube Kids,
Mm-hmm.
you are fucked.
There is this one this toy collector. Literally, every picture of her is just her boobs and a toy. And I'm like, well, I think you're trying to get your tits over in this show. I'm like, that's great.
Oh, we're not at 700 yet.
Bobby, this isn't 700.
This isn't 700. This is 696. 700 will be at the beginning of February. This is the Mayhemversary. This is, and I got the numbers wrong. Is this our 14th this year? Because we started in 2006. Am I mathing right?
You're mathing right.
Okay. Because I think I said it wrong last year.
Excellent.
Our 14th anniversary, 14 years.
Well, no, 14 years, 13th anniversary.
Wait. This is 14.
We've been podcasting for 14 years, Sorg.
Okay. 14.
It's
I
the
can say
13th
that.
anniversary of our first show. That's what WWE always screws up. Because they said
And I
WrestleMania
did too.
25 was the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, which is not true because that would be WrestleMania 26.
Maybe there was a WrestleMania 0 that happened in secretly.
There was a WrestleMania 2000.
There's that too.
It counts.
Maybe that adjusted the math a little bit. All right. I am going to play. So imagine that I played that clip that always comes up of the first Mayhem show. I don't know. Should I play it? Should I find it?
Yeah.
Is it easy to find? I haven't in a while. Wrestling Mayhem Show Classics. Oh, they probably deleted those.
Oh,
on Talk
Bobby
Show.
says it's happy 696.
Nice.
Ladies.
69, bro.
Okay, that feels stretchy, but
It's a 69 palindrome.
it's a 69. Welcome to the 69th piledrome. Pile driver.
Pile driver.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what this is?
That's a different move.
Is that? Oh wait a
What a
minute.
maneuver!
What a man. Jeez.
Pile driver gnomes.
Jeez.
Here comes
How you-
Bongo.
How you doing, producer Missy? You're just hiding this episode, aren't you? She's hiding. She's hiding. Well, just tell the world that we're doing this.
Shenanigans.
Ponder says Mayhem started before I started my job.
Yeah, that's nothing. I've gone through at least 5
We
of
should
them.
we should like come up a list like people like see who has had like 14-year careers in wrestling. See who did not have a career in wrestling before we started.
Oh, that's
like
easy,
half
though.
the
That's
roster.
one-
Ronnie,
I'm 13 years in.
13
so,
years in.
Yeah.
It's literally
Perfect.
everyone in NXT.
All right, we'll get into that then.
Sorg,
Yeah.
when we started podcasting, Rhea Ripley was 9.
Oh, God.
my
Oh, no.
God.
No,
Oh,
no, hold
no.
on. I mathed that
That
wrong.
can't be right.
No, actually,
That's
no, I think she's 24. Yeah, I think that's actually right.
Oh, God.
That's fucked up.
Maybe
That
we
is-
shouldn't do that then.
Yeah.
You know what? Listen, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'll tell this. I'll tell this one. Okay, this is for gold. Somebody I was talking with at a wrestling show within the last several months. That should be broad enough, right? Tells me, "Hi, you probably don't remember me, but I've been going to shows I was going to shows since I was 11, I think she said." And I just did the math on that. I've been filming shows.
Sorg, you know what I'm good.
So she knew me from all these years being ringside. And now she's like 26 or something. And I'm just like, so I've definitely probably filmed you being that adorable like little girl at ringside cheering for Jason Gorey or something. And here you are at a bar. You know,
She's grown up with
it's
you,
kind of,
Sorg.
yeah, that's,
She doesn't know wrestling without you. Isn't that weird?
that's fucked up.
Like she's gone to wrestling
is-
shows and
that is so
expects you to be part of the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
And you're not wrestling. Like
Yeah.
she just knows.
Like that messed with me for a couple days.
That would.
But I mean, think of like RWA has been around for like this is their 11th anniversary.
Which is wild.
Yeah. Considering the history,
Which is completely wild.
considering the history, the little talked about history even before that. That's just like, and they are very easily at least the number 2 in the area.
Yeah.
Like, very. I can't. I don't think anybody has an argument.
If anything, they may be the most consistent.
Yes, across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, everybody's had dips, and I can't remember the last time they've had a dip.
No, it's the same. It's on like it's not a saying it's bad, but like it's the same show every time you go.
Yeah.
Like you walk in and like unless it's in the summer where it gets hot.
Yeah.
But besides, you're like it's the same people, the same crowd, the same level of excitement or hate. Whoever's there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I filmed all the shows. And I'm just like it's just another RWA show for like as long as I can remember.
But that's
like, this is the RWA show.
But
like,
that's what the people
change.
come for, and that's why you have 250 to 300 people every month.
It's crazy.
And I mean, you get a little spike when there's a Devon Dudley on the show.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I don't think that much.
No.
Like when I look at it, like it's definitely a little more crowded, but it's not like an extra 100 people in there.
No.
But,
no. They don't have like a slow season or anything.
No, they don't.
It's the only time they do is like, hey, it's too fucking hot.
Hey, it's like 110, and we're in this gymnasium, and there's 200 of us.
We have older patrons that we don't want to see die, so we're not gonna have a show. So they kill over with heat stroke.
That's why we need to figure out live streaming in that building, which seems like a technical impossibility at this point. But it just to stream it to our elderly fans that can't weather a show in July, or August. But we should probably do a show. Anyways, sorry, I had to go that side bit. This show's in high school.
It's growing up.
It's growing up.
This show is older than Nicholas.
Nobody teaching us to drive soon.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show 696 episodes. We've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And holy crap, not only are we approaching the big 700 club, are we celebrating our 14th year, our 13th anniversary. I think we have all the math right this year. And we also have podcasts now officially across 3 different decades.
That's crazy.
There is one for you. Not too many out there, except for the one that somebody reminded me of that started a couple months before us. Thank you, Mad Mike in Beacon, New York, for that one.
I only speak the truth.
Harsh and my mellow. How you doing?
Sure. You know what they say. First is the worst. Second is the best.
Okay, there you go. That's pretty much Apple's motto.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Also with us back in here, Ronnie Starks.
Hello, everyone.
Fresh off of commentary duties this weekend.
Beer and color commentary. Probably not the best idea we ever had.
Beers, Bear, and color
Battlestar
commentary.
Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica, yes. There was a large bear involved
There was.
in that tag match.
You guys didn't get the video of me body slamming the bear and giving it the elbow drop.
When did you do that?
When, I don't know, I literally picked it up, slammed it, gave it the Ric Flair elbow drop.
Was it on the outside?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's push this aside for a second. Listen, it was a lumberjack match for a tag team match. And Ronnie's worried about me getting him on commentary with a bear when there are literally 25 other guys out there that I have to pay attention to and see who's important enough to get the one ringside camera that we have.
Are we going to mention how no one caught Garrett on the dive?
Mention it. We made a GIF out of it.
Oh, all you can hear is boom. Like,
I've seen worse. Also with us, Chad the Shad back with us.
Hello,
the OG,
hello.
the original.
The 2019 Mayhem Fantasy Football Champion.
Yes, the 2019 Mayhem Fantasy Football Champion.
No. You know.
You will address me as such.
And also, there's a prize. I don't know if we talked about it on this show. I can't remember. I feel like it was a Monday night thing. But now he gets, as soon as shipping and handling gets worked out, he gets this wonderful, shiny new 24/7 champion.
Wow.
So that he can be the Mayhem Fantasy Football Champion 24/7/11.
Thing looks legit.
I deserve it.
It
I earned
is
it.
pretty legit, actually.
And I had to beat who did I play in the finals?
Oh, you know who you fucking beat. All right.
Uh-huh.
You know who you fucking beat.
I did.
Okay.
Mhm.
I did.
There it is. But this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We've done this for a very, very long time, so I'm going to act like I actually did pull my show notes up to help me through this first part of the show, because I completely did that the first one of 2020. Anyways, you can check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, where you can find links to subscribe to us in podcast and video form. Look us up on your favorite platform for podcasts and video content. We're on a lot of them. If you're missing from them, please let us know. And where can you find out? Where can you let us know? How about that email address?
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. I'm sorry, I was looking for Mike. Mike has left the building.
He really has.
Where'd he go? Okay.
I thought we were gonna talk about-
Mike has shit to do. Oh, I get it. Okay, we're just doing a podcast here.
was that email Doc Remedy had? Or what was that?
By the way, we did double check. That we could. You can still email anything you want at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Like, give me a DM Mayhemy at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Like, Mad Mike was cheated in the fantasy football at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
He was not cheated.
Or whatever the case may be. But
No, I wasn't cheated. I wasn't cheated.
okay.
No.
I will say that I wasn't cheated. I just made a tactical error when setting up the league this year.
Okay.
And the ultimate opportunist swooped in.
Oh yeah. If you look at Chad's roster, Chad did not have a single starting wide receiver.
What the hell?
Well, I had DeAndre Hopkins, but they wouldn't let me drop him, so he just sat on the bench.
All right.
The whole
Anyways,
season. I lost one game this year.
you can let us know what you think about their fantasy football lines upset on voicemail at 412-206-WMS0. Tweet us at Mayhem Show, and check out the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page and a Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group, where a lot of great discussion is happening and stories that we are talking about and sharing, and memes a lot of times too, throughout the week. Also, we are here, of course, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live, and we're on a lot of other things too. I mean, maybe you're checking us on the Indie Wrestling US Twitch or the Periscope or YouTube, but a lot of the conversation is happening over here on the Facebook page, so please join us here. If you're checking us out on another platform or later, please tweet us at Mayhem Show with your thoughts and comments with the hashtag WMS696. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. Supporting the show here, of course, our fan of the show level, our friends Bo Diggity, Woo! Ed Berg, Bob Yev, J Town, Tina Keys, and Team Hammer Fist. The Poppy Club $5 level, our friends at Bradley Ruthers, Doc Remedy, Dave Podner, and Kyle Turner. At the Pizza Club level of $13 is Ryan Clark and our friends at Occupy Pro Wrestling. At the $20 manager, go check them out at OccupyProWrestling.com and their fine back catalog of podcasts in Chikara in 15 minutes or less. So what was it? So we're 14 years in. This is our 14th year. I'm sorry. And I dropped a comment before the show where I was like, hey, I wonder how many wrestling careers in NXT were longer than. And there's a lot that have been around for a while. I think Adam Cole, guys like that. Johnny Gargano's definitely was running before. Well, wait a minute. Johnny Gargano might have been just getting started when we were getting started, now I think about it. Because we didn't see him in IWC until, 2007? Maybe? So, who knows? So
Low Key was wrestling.
Low-key was wrestling at the time, and he was still a few years into that. He's still he is still with Impact, I think.
Ricky Reyes.
I believe he's the professional now.
The professional Ricky Reyes?
No. Low-key.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he wears a suit and he calls himself the professional.
I was not aware of that. And that sounds like somebody else that's doing that.
Yeah, but one of them's talented and the other one isn't. Anyways,
we so I thought it'd be fun if Mike and Chad. Oh, Mike left again. Well, there he goes. I don't know what he's doing. But if Ronnie has learned lore with us for a while, and bits here and there. So I was wondering if you guys could think of some fun stuff that maybe he doesn't know about over the years.
Pertaining to the show. Some stuff that we've done on this show in the great lore. We shared last night the Mayhem voicemail from 2008 that Mike still has on his phone, by the way. There is
really funny.
the McMitches.
McMitches. Are you
Yeah.
aware of this, Ronnie?
No.
Okay.
What's the McMitches?
We would go to the McDonald's down on the corner, and it was a terrible service. So we would call and leave voicemails on their number for the restaurant. But they were just we called it McMitches because we didn't want to.
Oh, we had called the manager because we had such bad service. We called the manager the one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like, we didn't like how it went.
Yeah.
So we started making up how it went.
So then we started just making our own calls.
Meanwhile, we were a wrestling podcast still.
Yeah.
And this is just something that tended to happen.
Yeah, we called in and had some characters and we locked employees in the freezer and whatnot, and like that's
Or Jessica.
the manager took it out on the employees by locking them in the freezer. Like
Yeah.
Jessica.
And it kind of had its natural progression. And I think we called it McMitches because Mitch was the manager. He said he was taking over.
And we didn't want to name the actual restaurant.
Officially defame the restaurant.
Yeah.
That may have a lot of money.
Even though, we were very early.
Is that
on,
place
so
still in business?
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh,
it's a lot better than it used to be.
It's been remodeled a couple times.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
So they got our memo.
Yeah, they got our
Yeah.
big time. They
Yeah.
got our memo. So
That was
Smaller
even
freezers.
at your other house, Sorg.
yes, yeah. It was the other place where we had a back room where we started the podcasting. Where this started as a streaming show, actually, off of a Shoutcast server in my back room. TalkShoe was the old host.
Yeah, I know, but that's what we were streaming on, right?
You know, I had a conversation with the new CEO of TalkShoe last year because I was very upset because they deleted everything off of TalkShoe. They had a server error, and anything beyond 2 years old is gone on TalkShoe. And not only that, we didn't just do Wrestling Mayhem show on that platform. We did a lot of experimental shows. We tried stuff out. Didn't you
Right.
Weren't you doing was that you, Chad, that was doing an FX Mayhem show? I felt like you were Bobby or somebody. The FX shows were I don't know if this was the Sons of Anarchy days.
If we did, it was a one-off.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
you did
something
one of them.
Just,
We had somebody that left voicemails that were so long they just turned them into their own podcast, for better or for worse.
Level 5 podcast about heroes.
There's there was that short-lived one. All of my old interviews with the Cottonmouth Kings and Head PE were gone. I got them somewhere around too. I should repost those actually on YouTube or something. YouTube's any video ones are up there. So thank you, TalkShoe, for not helping us celebrate the 14th. I'm really glad we moved off of when we did because we would have been screwed. So I'm just yeah, man, I was gonna give you guys a shot, but then you delete all my back content. So I don't know. There was the Stoke Monkey.
Yeah, Stoke Monkey.
I mean, you say was like it was a past tense.
He's still around. He still
Yeah.
pops up every once in a while.
By the way, Sorg, is Stoke Monkey running for president this year?
I think the statute of limitations on that Coke case is out. So,
That's what I'm saying.
You even got iJustine to don the
we did.
Stoke Monkey.
That's really surreal because I was just watching iJustine do something from CES where she's checking out an automated car experience concept. What do you do when the car has no steering wheel and everything? And I'm just that's the same person that we had do promos for Wrestling Mayhem show and
With the monkey head.
With the monkey head.
Yeah. It's even weirder for me.
She was a
because-
victim in Law and Order SVU.
Yeah.
Yes.
She went to my high school.
That's awesome.
She used to sleep under the computer desk.
Yeah.
During class. Not her class, during a class. My class. She would just get up like, ugh.
And I'm saying, it was like she's done like she does like these Call of Duty videos and stuff. And
she was, when I, 2-3 years ago, when I was at the Game Awards, when I actually went to the Game Awards, she was a presenter. She's like up on the like a little, thing up there, and she's talking to, I think she was up there with Keeley, and I'm like, this is fucking surreal. There's Justine right there, up there, you know, broad.
Is this
talking about the awards and stuff?
Is this where you wish that you were a little nicer to her in high school?
I was nice to her.
Yes.
And like when we went to pod camp that one time, she actually recognized me before I could say anything to her. Like she just she already knew who I was, which is I was like.
And this is post the.
Wait a minute.
And this is she. I guess her first bit of fame came from the iPhone bill.
Yeah.
Like it was a stack back when AT&T would just list every single text as a line item on your bill.
Yeah, she got a.
And this is when the iPhone first came out.
She got a bill that was like this big.
Yeah, it came in a box.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, and that was like her launching pad.
Yeah, that was the thing that really. I mean, she was on her way anyways. I think for the stuff she was doing, but
she was. But I was always nice to her. How dare you insinuate I wasn't nice to her? It was more of like a she's the, I think she was I was a sophomore when she was a junior.
Okay.
So it was more like you're the pretty blonde senior girl that like why would I ever like think I could talk to you?
Right.
And she was always really nice though.
Mm-hmm.
So she was never like the stuck up version, but
it
was always just that like you're too pretty to talk to me.
So
I'm ugly. Why don't talk to me? I should not be talking to you. I'm sorry. I will leave.
So there was Stoke Monkey, that was running for president and made many appearances on our wrestling show, which had very little to do with wrestling. I think Jimmy DeMarco had worn it at one time. Maybe Marcel Gambino.
There were
after Jimmy DeMarco wore it, didn't you have to get it sterilized?
Yeah, I had it a little bit. Yeah.
You told me about that.
You missed those. Like Ronnie Stark has missed out on the violent era of the Wrestling Mayhem show.
Do I have to bring violence back?
The chops.
The commercial, the Apple versus commercials.
Oh yeah, we did Apple versus commercials. These are all still on YouTube, by the way.
Whole series.
Yeah, WWE versus TNA.
WWE versus TNA.
We should honestly do this again with WWE and AEW.
I got called so many names.
Why?
From commenters on that.
Oh, and it was like the bloopers or something too.
Yeah. It was like wasn't even the one. It was like the bloopers.
Yeah, like the not the one where we thought like there was one about how WWTNA thought Shelton Benjamin and Jay Lethal were the same person. You know, like things like that. So it was a lot of fun.
Can we bring this kind of stuff back? Shit? Like seriously,
they would be real fun.
They would be good. They would be good. Let's see. There was one Walking Phoenix or Walking Wild. Damn it. Thank you. We were talking about Joker before this. DJ Z was Baby Batista, in which a video I found and shared recently. But I think it was him, Facade, and DeMarco came to the studio drunk after our show was done, and they said, "Hey," and I think Shima had for the first time shaved his head, so he looked like Baby Batista, and he was starting to get pretty jacked too.
Yeah.
I think because it might have been one of his just before one of his first runs at Impact. And
I hope he gets to do the Batista thing with Xavier Woods at WrestleMania.
Oh, me too. So that's something I think about all the time because listening to like Gregory.
You should repost that and tag Woods in it.
Yeah.
You really should.
Checking out like the Gregory Iron and Johnny Gargano interviews, and they talk about how like when we interviewed Johnny Gargano, he had like the Shawn Michaels stand up on his wall, and he talks about how Shawn Michaels like painted on his wall, and now he's his trainer. And I love the table for three. They were talking with like Adam Cole and I forget who the third one was, but they're like, "Do you think Shawn Michaels knows he's Shawn Michaels?"
I want to say it was Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet. That's right. And I think about that now, which is like, okay, when does DJ Z get to meet Batista?
Well, it'll be at Mania, I would assume.
Probably be at Mania if Batista can always pop in for a
Hall
moment.
of Fame ceremony.
Hall of Fame ceremony. What's that?
He's already being inducted. He's the headliner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they really did that early, didn't they? That was like in December they announced it.
That's his and Dana Brooks' first date.
Oh, good.
Like I'm pretty sure day of the Hall of Fame is their first date.
Oh, jeez.
They're gonna have like cameras follow them around and shit.
24.
Bobby F. J. Town's recalling a moment where he used to play Call of Duty with iJustine, Heinz Ward, and Mikey and Big Bob from our local KISS station. I was post Heinz Ward apparently when I popped on there. So
That's good stuff.
that was it was hilarious.
That's good stuff.
Oh boy. Anyways, well, it's been a long time. We have I still recall, and I don't know if anybody does this, but I recall when we had somebody start listening to the show and start messaging us, and they had been listening. They went back 6 months.
That was me.
No. This was the guy that was in Portland.
Oh,
That was the.
yeah. I didn't have to go back 6 months. I think I went back 2 months or something.
You probably went back 2 months, and you were at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
But no, this guy just generally went back 6 months. This was like maybe 10 years ago. And I was like, dude, why are you going back so far? And he's like, yeah, I'm a security guard, and all I do is walk all night. I need something to listen to. So
You picked the right thing.
And we were regularly 2.5-hour shows.
Nice.
I think at the time. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to listen to him while I was in
Marathon
the
shows.
while I was in the lab, like in my clean room.
I'm so glad that we've helped people pass time in their mundane chores over the years. If nothing else, that's our claim to fame. Hey, you got some cleaning to do? We'll help you out.
There was that one guy who was from he was from down south. I forget. He was a regular contributor to the show for a while. Steve maybe or something.
Okay.
He was a Florida Gators fan or whatever. And just like popped in and like sent us emails for like a year. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come and go. Now you
Yeah.
guys are all in chat rooms.
Brian,
I mean, that's kind of the evolution.
Brian Chappelle
Brian Chappelle, yeah.
has his own podcast now.
That's right.
The-
Antonio Garza was just at
so
Wrestle
Gar-
Kingdom.
Garza was at fucking Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. And that's a cool thing too. And I've said this probably multiple times over the last year, but it's cool to be able to, like, now that I'm traveling for work, to be across the country and, hey, let's catch up with Alex. Hey, let's catch up with Eamon. You know, Eamon, who's somebody we literally watched grow up on the show, was like what
and may or may not have stifled his growth. We don't know.
I don't know. We did. He got pretty battered when we went to Cleveland.
Yeah, he got. We were pretty mean.
That Chikara show was not good to him physically. So
Vimmel,
our friend from England that visited us after our first year of the show,
which that's wild too.
which is still
That dude is like, hey, can I come hang out?
Hey,
Sure.
If never did that, I never would have come to Pittsburgh.
That's true too.
Like, sure, Vimmel, we'll pick you up from the airport. Me and Doc Remedy picked him up from the airport.
That's right.
That's awesome.
And we've never seen him.
Well,
I
and
didn't even know who we were looking for. I'm like, I think that's our guy right there.
There was a moment where you're like, all we've done is emails. All we had was MySpace back then. So people weren't sharing a lot of pictures. Easily because we didn't have iPhones yet. We had flip phones maybe.
When Remedy picked me up from the airport, I legit forgot what he looked like. And legit did not know his real name. So I was walking blind.
Mike, wasn't it like the second time I visited you in New York when I was like, oh, by the way, what's your last name in case I have to like look you up or something? Or what's that? Oh, he's coughing.
I think so, yeah. I still remember the first time I met Dutters was when her and Ginger just came up to New York.
Yep.
They just drove up to New York. First time I met them. Like, luckily people had vouched for me apparently. But it was very fun.
This is a safe space for strange women to go to in New York City.
For tall people,
what was that?
for tall people and short people.
For tall people and short people. Mad Mike was like the Mayhem waypoint up that way. So.
And yet I still have never met Eamon.
That's right.
He was so close.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And never told me.
I remember meeting Mike the first time. I think you guys came to my work when I was at KB Toys.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Just like walked in. I'm like, oh hey, look, I guess that's Mike. I know everybody else.
He was the
I
stranger.
was like, hey, going to IWC tonight?
Awesome.
Cool. I'll see. I got to wrap up work here.
Oh boy. Well,
Up a little bit.
what's that?
I feel like I helped you straighten up a little bit at work because I was like, "Oh, we're kindred."
Probably we were getting crushed. I
Yeah.
remember like we were just getting crushed
Mm-hmm.
because it was. I think I got a truck in like at that time, so it was just like it was busy. It was busy.
Awesome. Well, we've had a lot of great moments on the show. I talked with a lot of great people on the show that have, watching Monday Night Raw, watching WWE is kind of like, oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, hey Elias, hey Corey Graves, hey Walking Wild, and Johnny Gargano.
Hey Raymond Rowe.
Hey Ray Rowe, Eric.
Hey Ray Rowe. I watched you almost destroy.
Hey Ray, bro, you
destroy Doc Remedy
Yeah.
with a bear claw to the chest for his birthday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, tattooed him, man.
Yeah. Which is ironic when you think about Ray Rowe. So, Ronnie, it's only a matter of time before we see you on the TV.
Someday.
Someday this will happen.
Someday.
Enough about forensic files. Hi-yo.
Hey, maybe you too will be a victim on Law and Order SVU. Is that show over? I don't know.
No, it's
It's still going?
still
Of course
on.
it is.
Still on.
Yeah, it's still going.
Special victim units will
I
go
don't
on
know,
forever.
Stop Law and Order.
Generally, males aren't victims on that show.
They've gone sideways on that a couple of times, right?
A majority of the time, the males are not the victims.
All right.
on this.
All right.
I'm currently
Unless
waiting
they're
on,
they're children.
Yeah. What's that, Ronnie?
I'm currently waiting on info about being in a cheesy horror movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
It's gonna be another Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies. Oof.
But I told them I want to die a horrible death.
Okay.
And they're like, okay.
Okay.
So that's.
Rev got to die a horrible death.
Did he?
Yeah, he was in Castle Rock.
What?
Yeah, on Hulu.
Yeah, that's right. Rev was in
I
Cal.
have
He
to
was-
watch that. I didn't know.
He
that.
was a guard at the jail. I watched the first episode, so I got to see him in the lineup as the guy was coming in.
Mhm.
But I guess he spoiler alert, he bites it by the end.
Oh, I have to watch
He's
that.
like,
then.
he's like, random jobber that gets taken out by whatever that horrible thing is in it.
No, but that's cool though.
So
Is it Pennywise?
what's that? I don't know. Did they go Pennywise in Castle
I
Rock?
thought it was Pennywise, or like the guy who became Pennywise.
It
or
might be. That might be.
Fellow cameraman Rob's been in a few movies.
Yeah, Southpaw. He was in, which I think also had Kurt Angle. Was that, or am I thinking different? I'm thinking Warrior,
Yeah, Warriors.
which he might have also popped in.
Yeah,
But
Southpaw was that Steve Carell and no, that was Foxcatcher.
okay,
I think he was in Foxcatcher.
yeah, he's been in a few of them.
Yeah, he's been in some movies too. This is the place to be.
It is. It is. I did see Jason Momoa a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's crazy how he was
That
singing
is-
out.
it was just
Pittsburgh,
like-
just
Yeah. Well, we got the.
We also interviewed the Rock stunt double.
We did interview the Rock stunt double.
Got beat up by Jon Favreau in Iron Man 2.
Oh, he did?
Yep, that's him.
No way.
Yeah, when the scene where Happy is taking Black Widow to stop Whiplash.
Yeah. Like Black Widow takes out everybody, and he's
Everyone, the one guy Jon Favreau punches, that's him. That's our.
that it would be Toa from the American Gladiators, because we decided since Hulk Hogan was on American Gladiators, we should interview the Gladiators.
Sword?
And
that's awesome.
via MySpace, got two of them.
Technically, we are a part of the MCU.
Technically, we're part of the MCU.
Technically, we're part of the MCU. I'm gonna say
by rules of the Kevin Bacon 6 Degrees.
There it is. There it is.
We by those type of rules, yeah, we connect.
I actually only have 1 degree of separation to Kevin Bacon.
I just realized this is our 14th year, and we just watched Wrestle Kingdom 14.
We're Wrestle Kingdom.
What's that?
We're as old as Wrestle
We
Kingdom.
are as old as a Wrestle. And what?
and only go half as long.
And only go half as long. No, we're not. I don't know. Between Mondays and Tuesdays, we kind of already do the two-nighter thing.
The new part 1 and part 2, Mondays and Tuesdays now.
It kind of is becoming it, isn't it? We're just extending it into Mondays. I don't know. Yeah, because we used to do. Oh, this was a fun fact. Back in the day, because somebody said that they would burn. They complained because our show was too long, because they would burn our show to a CD to listen to it on the way to work and school. So we split the show into 2 parts specifically so you could burn it to CDs.
Specifically for
great.
one person.
Yeah, it was one for one person, but then like I would hear from other podcasters, yeah, you should do this because some fans will do this.
I heard about this a couple years ago. Somebody was doing it for a while, and in some cases, sending CDs to some of their fans.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy, but it worked back. I mean, it was 2006. Not everybody had something they could hook up to their car to listen to a podcast.
Zune.
What's that?
Not everyone had a Zune.
No, not everybody had a brown Zune.
Whoa, I remember the Zune. I had a Zune before I had an iPod.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, speaking of all these years and people that end up on TV, it's really cool to kind of see all the people coming up in indie wrestling, and that's why we got IndieWrestling.network, IndieWrestling.network, IndieWrestlingUS.network. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a head cold. Where there's a lot of great content going on there, and the first show of 2020 is in the books, guys. As far as this goes, Black Diamond Wrestling, Ronnie, you were a part of that. Ronnie was on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie did a fantastic job on commentary.
It's sarcasm at its finest.
Ronnie did a job on commentary.
I shit on commentary.
It might have a little bit. It got a little weird for a moment. I'm just like, there's a moment when I'm editing sometimes, and I'm like, should I edit this and save these people from themselves? No.
I think you just shouldn't have put it on there. I think you should just
What?
like me doing color commentary. Just don't even add that
I
to the
shouldn't
show.
have. I shouldn't have let you sit down.
We could maybe just redo the color commentary.
It's out there.
Is
It's out there.
All right.
It's out. That's all right. Not putting it up. Hey, it's better than one thing that went out that I got kind of cornered on this weekend. It's like, why'd you leave that in there? I'm like, well, it's what the guy said. Anyways, there's a lot going on. You can go check out the Black Diamond A New Year Nightmare over there on the Indie Wrestling Network. So please go check it out. There was a lumberjack tag match that involved a stuffed bear.
I don't even know where that stuff.
I don't know. Yeah, it was like, was this? I don't know, but
well, I completely forgot about the stuffed bear at one point,
mm-hmm.
and Chess Flexor had to come up to me. He's like, "Don't forget about the stuffed bear," and I'm just like, "What stuffed bear?" And he's like, "How many have you had?" I'm like, "I'll get the goddamn stuffed bear." So I had to move the barrier, get the stuffed bear. Everybody's like, "What's wrong with the stuffed bear?" I'm like, "I don't even know."
Yeah, and everybody was talking about it on commentary, and it's just like, okay, all right. There was a chain match, a chain gang match.
Ugh.
Yeah, that went down. And of course, you can check out a free match on our YouTube and our Facebook page for IndieWrestling.us between Troy Lors, Chess Flexor, and Thomas Mathis. So some friends of the show there. And Troy Lords did have pants on, for those wondering that watched that episode.
Do you want me to share the picture of Harley T. Morris's head?
Of his head?
Yeah.
I did see his head because he had a pretty good gash on the one side, right?
Yeah.
And I think we were talking about, he didn't really get to bleed that much, but the chain shots to the face left a few marks.
How stupid.
But you can go see that. It's over on IndieWrestling.network, part of your free trial if you're a new subscriber. And, of course, we got the last year's anniversary shows for Rise Wrestling, as well as a Prospect Pro Wrestling, Renegade Wrestling Alliance. And, of course, this week we'll be filming new content for Rise Wrestling and RWA, the 11th anniversary for RWA, actually. So looking forward. I don't even know how many specialty matches there are on that. There's a multi-man ladder match. There's a cage match. There's a fans bring the weapons match. That's probably just going to be all hot dogs.
Yeah, and there's a dog collar match.
There's a dog collar match too? Jeez.
It's like RWA.
Remember
rules.
Yes,
the
it kind of is.
situation? The managers are handcuffed together.
Oh yeah, is it like John Roden and Papa Peacock or something? No, not Peacock. Dino.
Somebody's handcuffed to Feel Bad.
Oh, okay.
And then somebody else is handcuffed to somebody else.
Is it Roden and Alexa?
Yeah. And then the two in the ring have.
I'm sorry, I just woke up everybody's Amazon docs.
Cicero and they're having the actual dog collar match.
But hey, like we were talking about, they are consistent. They're and this is their big one. Oop, there we go. You're going away. Go check out all that IndieWrestling.us. And he's fading away like a Back to the Future picture.
Fade away
So
and classify him as obsolete.
Awesome. Anyways, there was some wrestling this past weekend. We did get Matt Carlin's views on Wrestle Kingdom last night, and given a little chance for anybody else to pick up on chat. Did you watch any of the Wrestle Kingdom or highlights or anything?
I watched some clips and highlights and stuff here and there, but
What is happening now? Wait. What are you showing me, Ronnie?
Did you make this?
Is that the good guys with Power Rangers?
When did you make this?
You just did that now, didn't you?
Holy shit.
Show the camera there. I don't know how much they can see, but it is your camera's over there.
Oh, here.
Yeah, that's your camera there. Hold it still. It's the good guys doing their pose with the Power Rangers. I'm sure this will be all over their good guys Facebook very soon.
Is the greatest effing thing I've ever seen.
Did you see the other one?
No, he just sent me that one. What else did you send?
But wait, there's
Well, wait,
more.
there's more.
The wait, there is more.
We'll
Will
pull.
you send them to me? Inbox that shit.
Anyways, Ronnie, I know you watched all of Wrestle Kingdom yesterday, right?
I am still on day one. I have 1 hour left.
Which means you have one match left.
Yeah, there was like 6 hours of wrestling.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I gotta watch when I get home tonight. I'm gonna finish the last match. Then I'm gonna start day 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I already watched Juice and Thunder Liger's last match.
Okay.
So I already got to that. And then I think it was like 1 o'clock in the morning when I was watching it. And I found a live stream. And sorry I didn't pay for it the first time around. And right after the match, just froze. And then I guess you guys had that problem too.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, the Jushin Tiger brought down the internet.
As he should,
So-
because he's a fucking legend.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So all of New Japan World was gone, like erased from the internet for like 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
So
insane.
like we picked up halfway through the next match, which was the junior tag team match, championship match. So because Matt was here, it's like, did you see this? Because he watched the replay the next day, and he's like, did you see this move? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, oh yeah, that's when I was trying to get it to work, So which that is incredible. I've never seen New Japan do that in all these years of watching, and I've watched Wrestle Kingdom live for. I want to say I started with 12. No, it was before 12.
No,
it was
earlier
like 10 or 9, I think.
Kingdom 9 was when we started watching.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there. They did something where they were starting to do English commentary. Maybe JR was involved or something, and it was just like, okay, AJ Styles probably, right. But that was kind of the.
I like seeing Jeff Jarrett at a Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, it was Jeff Jarrett was there, so it's like, okay, what's this? Like they caught our attention somehow that year.
That's on my my bucket list is to go to Wrestle
Oh,
Kingdom.
absolutely.
So I think 1 year we should just go to Japan, dude. Seriously. Even if it's not to work, we should just go to Japan and go to Wrestle Kingdom.
That's right. Well, you just bring your bag, right? You do it the wrestling way and be like, hey guys.
Well, I just walk in the locker room like, yeah, so who am I working today?
I don't know like that, but
You'll find your way.
Yeah, I
on
don't
the
know. I
show.
don't think that would necessarily work out for you, Ronnie.
no, how you with the language?
I mean, I can get a Japanese for dummies bulk, I can learn.
It'll work out just fine. But what are your thoughts so far with it? Like, how do you feel about the 2-day format?
No to the 2 days format.
Yeah,
That's too
yeah.
much. It didn't, day 1 didn't feel like Wrestle Kingdom
No.
at all. Day 2 did, but day 1 I'm like, okay, it's just a normal New Japan show. Like,
But in the Tokyo Dome.
yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, like this works, I guess.
How did you feel about the Liger out?
I mean, I didn't want him to lose 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
I thought he would win Saturday night and start at a high note
Yeah.
and work his way down to the low note.
Yeah.
But like the general role of anybody in professional wrestling, everybody wants to go out on their back,
Yeah.
and I think that's what he felt like he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does. I'm not gonna be like Liger, that was a bad idea, but because like who the fuck am I? But
Liger, you can do whatever you want.
yeah, that's what I said. I'm like no, I love it. I respect it.
Like I think I think for Americans, like he was always around. Like he was on WCW shows. I think did he make an appearance on WWE at some point? I
I
thought.
watched him wrestle Tyler Breeze live.
Oh, that's right. That was at NXT.
I'm
That's
jealous of that.
right.
Oh,
It's his only WWE appearance match.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw him with New Japan when they came over to Philly.
Okay. All right.
He wrestled Kenny Omega.
Oof.
Wow.
That card was insane. I'll look
Yeah.
it up because I look back and I'm like, oh, well, I didn't realize all these people were on this card. Like at the time, I was like, I don't know some of these people.
I keep forgetting how many people I saw at the like when they did the New Japan crossover with Ring of Honor here in town.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I've seen Suzuki. I've seen this guy, as I'm going back through. So it is kind of weird to do that. Hey, how long was it before we realized that Pete Dunne was somebody that Riz interviewed back in the day? That we had to dust off that interview, right?
Right.
And we're like, wait a minute. Remember those random British guys you interviewed? That's those guys. And the other one's what was that? What's that?
Was it Mark Andrews?
Mark Andrews. And we're like, hey, he's important too. So
Mark Andrews is good.
it's weird how that works out like that. But I'm not disappointed. I mean, because once you get through of it, like it fucking delivers.
Yeah.
Right. It's like great. We got like 3 nights of John Moxley instead of just one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We got the way the title picture worked out with the IWGP heavyweight and intercontinental titles was great. The Naito story, the Moxley stuff, like it was.
I know the whole Kenta thing. So
The Kenta thing, yeah.
Yeah. I'm all in on the Kenta thing.
The only thing, and we talked about this last night, the only thing that was weird to me is that we had the interruptions, and it felt like that felt not Wrestle Kingdom to me.
Yeah.
So.
It was weird.
So, but I think they're this is post Elite New Japan, and I think they're feeling it just as far as going to their Western audiences. They're probably feeling it just as much of probably not as much as, but they're probably feeling it like Ring of Honor is now, right? There's a little bit of a pinch there. Maybe they've seen their U.S. numbers drop with the absence of, especially Kenny Omega. So because
they are launching a New Japan U.S. brand.
Yeah, because we need another brand in this country. So, I would think NWA is launching 2 new shows. So,
I have a question for you guys though. So Jericho kept saying in interviews that he wanted all the egos to stop and he wanted New Japan and AEW to work together. I personally don't think it's a good idea. For reasons I've stated about AEW, they're still a fledgling company. They're not running on all cylinders yet, in my opinion. I mean, match quality wise, yes, it's great. It's phenomenal. It is. But pacing of their shows, storylines, women's division, like there's still a lot of stuff that needs work, in my opinion. I don't think adding something like New Japan would help either product.
well, to me, you've had issues with Ring of Honor as a show as well, but they benefited greatly with that partnership with New Japan.
So they didn't, because then they'd run months of shows that had nothing to do with their main storylines. That's what I'm saying. Like,
So
yes,
something along that doesn't help them.
get great matches, but as you know, it's the ABCs of me. You need more than great matches to be a great wrestling show. Because I can see great matches literally everywhere at this point. Literally everywhere has great. Raw has great matches. We may not always like the show, but Raw has great matches. Like, you can see great matches anywhere you want at this point. You need something else to be a hook.
Yeah. And I think, is there a word about the American brand being on like Access or anything? Like, do they have a TV deal?
I don't think so. No,
that we have. I mean, I'm sure there will, by the time they get here, they probably will be. But I thought I heard the Access show was going away. So, but of course they have Impact now. So maybe they're just making room on the schedule, right? We can't have 3 wrestling shows on one thing, I guess.
There's too much wrestling as it is.
There is, and it is funny because I see that same conversation happening at the national level as well as the local level, and it's kind of the same conversation, but it's kind of like, well, but fans are finding it, and we'll see who shakes out in a couple years, right? So if everybody finds enough fans to keep above board, then why not to a certain degree? But I don't know. I think it's, hey, if you don't like AEW, you don't like WWE. You know, it's weird to say it that way because it used to be, hey, if you don't like WWE, you have these other options. But now, like, if there's like, well, if these guys don't like AEW, it's like, well, there's more options for you. There's even more options for you. Yes. So, I mean, some people are, NWA is the greatest thing right now.
It is.
And the way they shoot NWA, they may not need a lot of fans. Somebody says, when's NWA getting a TV deal? It's like, will they? Could they not just get away with a YouTube deal?
Right.
at this point.
People would watch it.
Something wrong with that type of show.
No, they're doing pay-per-views in the I believe a cable access studio.
Mm-hmm.
When I looked up the venue, because I got the ticket information because I was kind of curious about it, and for the tapings, and I was like, it says public access.
Yeah, look at Lucha Underground.
Yeah, but that's Hollywood though. That was in Boyle Heights. Like that is like,
yeah, but I mean, this is obviously a different version, but it's almost the same type of of thing.
Maybe a little bit lower budget.
Well,
little bit lower budget.
Yeah, but in the vein of the same type of style.
Okay.
Whereas
okay.
it's a show. It's not in an arena. You know, it's not touring. It's not any of that.
Yeah. So it's interesting, and they do have their. It's weird to see other footage in their intros, and it looks nothing like the week to week, because they've just been doing NWA stuff like everywhere, including Ring of Honor. So it's like, okay.
Can we talk about the Rock and Roll Express winning the tag team titles?
They did, didn't they?
Oh, they sure did.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
I know exactly how I feel about that.
Yeah, that happened on the pay-per-view, didn't it?
Sure did.
Yeah.
Zach didn't pop for it, so I don't think.
Oh, listen.
he was too happy
If Zach
about it.
Hunter isn't happy about the Rock and Roll Express winning the NWA titles, there's a problem.
He didn't bring it up at all during the weekend. And
Really?
I'm not going to talk about it then. Like,
Uh-huh.
and usually he talks about NWA nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like, we're going to get booked at NWA. I'm like, sure are, Zach. We sure are.
There was a conversation about getting footage for the what was it, the Circle Squared show that they're doing,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, going to be like WWE or like Tough Enough for them, maybe. So, although
It's out there. They have it.
oh, it's out.
It's
so
there.
what is the show?
I don't know. They didn't send us anything back.
but the show is out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm
Well,
kinda,
no, I mean, the information, everything we send to them, they have it.
Right, they have that, but I was just saying, like, but what are they doing with the footage? Is this just a look at you to do a show?
Yeah.
Or are they going to take all that footage and make a show?
I mean, that's kind of illegal, taking other people's
That's what I was started
footage.
thinking about that when, because they said about how everything needed to be like labeled a certain way and everything. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing with this? You know, there was a question mark on
You
it.
can't really steal other people's footage.
Listen, man,
It's called copyright issues.
listen, man, you've seen indie wrestling companies do things.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know how many people was like, hey, can I get some footage so I can do a DVD? I'm just like,
What, are you going to give me some money for that?
yeah. How's that work, buddy?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's, you know.
It's like, just because it's your likeness doesn't mean you own it.
Listen, man, we all downloaded MP3s just because they were there on the internet.
Look, man, I was
15 years ago.
I was the king of Napster. At the
Yeah,
time,
I mean,
you know?
I was the Kazaa king in college.
You
well, there
had that
go.
LimeWire going on, man. You know how many viruses I got off LimeWire?
Yeah.
I was actually using, when I was in high school, a buddy of mine was downloading MP3s illegally and making me personalized CDs so I could use them when I DJ'd my sister's friends' parties.
Jeez. That is a long way around.
That is awesome.
He gave me
Great.
the CDs for free because I advertised where people could get them.
Oh.
I remember back in my
you hustler.
day, I would turn on the radio and I would put a tape deck in there and record the music off the radio. Back in my day.
Back in your day. Jeez.
There was one time when I was in high school, I was randomly flicking through the radio dial, and I found a wrestling talk show on the radio.
Really?
This is no joke. They had a trivia contest. I called in and won an autographed picture of Rob Van Dam.
Nice. Do you still have it?
I think so, somewhere.
You need to find it and hang it on your wall immediately.
Well, I mean, I don't have a lot of wall space right now. I had it hung up in my apartment in the Bronx.
To clarify, the Circle Squared, apparently the first episodes were recorded back on December 14th through 16th. So
Guess we didn't get
guess he didn't make it.
Well, that's awkward.
maybe round 2. Who knows?
All
Who
right.
knows?
Well, their loss, you know. NWA could have had the good guys.
There was somebody that messaged me and was like, I'm like, are you sure that's the match you want? Yeah.
It's like, I guess there can't be two Starks.
It's hard for me to say what's your best match when I'm asked, but when I see one, I'm like, that one is that?
You
are you
could-
Is
sure?
that what you want to say?
Favorite.
What's
favorite.
that?
You could say Favorite might be better.
It's hard to do that. Like, one guy that asked me has been around for as long as we've been doing the show, and I'm just like, dude, where do I start? You know, I mean,
Make him one of those My Sacrifice videos. My sacrifice.
Birth me.
Oh
I'm
jeez.
free.
Oh jeez.
We need those. We need those coming back.
Yeah.
We need those to come back. Like, honestly, that's what made me a fan of Creed.
There is
Yeah.
ow.
Fucking-
Wow.
Hey, I don't care.
Wow, hot takes. Guys, hey, you know what's also undisputed is our friends in the pizza industry that've been around.
You said undisputed immediately. I was like,
I'm sorry.
boom.
Yeah. Our friends at Slice on Broadway, sliceonbroadway.com here in the Pittsburgh area, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza, Beachview, Carnegie, East End, PNC Park, all around town. If you are not around, we are continuing our unofficial expansion. Actually, I heard that they are kind of expanding into not pizza. New location. May not have pizza. Yeah, the guy that owns it has a family history of doing food-related ventures.
Okay.
So it's a neighborhood thing.
Pasta on Broadway.
The best way to get that pizza?
How's that?
You just go up to the door,
No.
and then you just
No.
kick it. You just kick it in, and you tell them the Mayhem Show sent you, and you're here for the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Stop it! I've been retraining everybody not to do that for like 6 months, and you just wiped it away.
Wait, you mean I can just go up there and kick the door? And
No,
be like,
don't
"Give me
do
some
that.
pizza?"
It's a glass door.
You can't say gimme. You said I'm here. You tell them Sorg sent me. I'm
No.
here for the perfect pepperoni pizza,
I'm doing it.
or there'll be mayhem to pay.
Now, you kick the door in.
Is it a push or a pull?
Don't matter.
I'm kicking it in.
Exactly right.
Depends on which location you're at. Please investigate before
You
I'm
can
just
you
gonna go
can
up.
make every door a kick-in door.
Ah.
I'm kicking it in,
Jeez.
baby.
'Cause I think it's a pull at PNC Park.
Oh, mayhem.
It's a push. It's a
Park though. There's a lot of security around.
or as we used to say, put your foot on the door, gently push it in.
Oh, there ain't nothing gently about it now.
No,
Oh boy.
no.
I'm gonna give them a slice on my Broadway.
Insert your foot
Wait, no.
in a fast and hard 90-degree angle right at the door.
Yeah, just
This is how we
You
do
don't-
ads.
Kicking in the door at the PNC location. The Pirates may sign you.
it could be worse.
And then immediately within 2 months, trade you away to somewhere else.
Yeah.
The Yankees. And you'll win a World Series. So kick in the door at PNC.
There's
Man.
nothing but upside here. PNC Park, all places, sliceonbroadway.com. Hey, we're going to go to a quick break. You're going to hear from Dutters. And also, you're going to listen to something that Mad Mike brought up last night, where he played his voicemail from when he won a Mayhem in 2008. And this is from the Monday Mayhem Wrestling wrap-up show. I added an extra word in there because that won't be hard. So check this out. Check this clip. Hear from Dutters, and we'll be right back with the big question. Okay, guys.
You want to know who was on that show?
Which show?
That New Japan show I saw?
Hold on. Well, yeah, who was on the New Japan show?
Main event was a street fight between Toga Makabe and Rhino.
Makabe?
Makabe, yeah. And,
Okay.
and Rhino.
Is Makabe? I feel like Makabe is somebody we saw here. Because there's always those Japanese wrestlers that came to IWC, and I'm always like, did any of them become something?
Yeah.
You know who got brought up in conversation on the podcast? Mentioned him? Dino. The one that teamed with sexual harassment
Yeah.
and put Gory's head in his tights before
Yeah.
power driving him.
Yeah, that was like his thing. Was putting people's heads in his
Yeah.
tights and then doing the power drivers.
Wow.
Who else was on this? Oh, I saw Juice and Thunder Liger versus Kenny Omega for the
Jeez.
JAPW Light Heavyweight Championship.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
And then the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team between apparently Prince Devitt.
What the fuck?
Prince Devitt and if I butcher these Japanese names, Ryusuke Taguchi
Gucci.
versus Homicide and Low Key.
Jeez.
And then MVP versus Toru Yano for the IWGP Intercontinental. And then
MVP was recently putting over his time in Japan, I think.
that was the tournament for the Intercontinental, yeah. And Hiroshi
What year
Tanahashi
was
versus Davey Richards.
What year was this?
2011.
Jeez.
And then
That's crazy.
Carl Anderson and
Luke Gallows.
Gallows were on that card, and Giant Bernard and whoever
Oh, wow.
they were on that card too.
You
They're
saw a
not
good
listed
show.
here. They're not listed here, but I know I definitely saw them because those guys are easy to. Hey, look.
You had a really good
Yeah.
show.
That's
Yeah,
a fun show.
yeah, it was a real good show. Real fun.
And
But
so
like, you don't realize who those people are at the time.
Mhm.
Like in 2011, I didn't know who, like Prince Devitt. Like
Jeez.
you don't know who some of those people are. Then now you look back and go, "Oh, I saw a stacked card. Damn."
Yeah. Well, sometimes you go back. I go back to old, especially like pre-2010 indie shows, right?
Yeah,
and be like, oh shit, I saw that guy.
yeah.
Because it's been so like I'm literally been sitting since like Saturday night. Like, have I seen Jushin Thunder Liger? I don't know.
I think I have.
I know, right? So you're in the same boat.
Well, it's that, and I saw Daniel Bryan versus Kenta at Ring of Honor when they were at the court time. And Nigel McGuinness
Wait.
defended the heavyweight title.
That was the ROH show at court time.
Yeah,
Oh,
you remember that?
I didn't get to it.
Yeah, it was Kenta versus Daniel Bryan,
I don't know
or
why
Bryan
I didn't.
Danielson, and it was a fucking great match.
So-
and
I should look up who was on the card when I went to ROH to see Danielson's last match.
Yeah. Kind of pulling up my first card, the first Pittsburgh indie show I ever went to. J-Rock and Ray Monroe against sexual harassment, the Gambino
Cleveland
brothers.
Mafia.
Yeah, against the Gambino brothers, sexual harassment. And Jason Goring and Shima Zion, now Walking Wild.
Mhm.
Let's see, Ricky Reyes and Low Key.
Yeah.
There was a tournament, so wrestled several times. Let's see, Jimmy DeMarco, Shirley Doe, one Sterling James Keenan,
Yeah.
Corey Graves. Who's Altar Boy Luke?
I have no idea.
Who is
I
that?
remember we went to the Devil Budokan Memorial Show,
Yeah.
and we were backstage because we had no business being backstage. Like whoever brought us backstage.
Oh,
And
I don't think I
remember-
was with you when you went backstage.
We just got pulled. Like whoever it was just like, "Hey guys, come back here," and we're like, "Okay, like I guess we're friends now." But SJK was back there, and he had like 5 or 6 belts.
Yeah.
He,
was,
he
He
faced
had them all over him.
he had,
Carino.
Carino, and he got the US
Mr. Wrestling.
01 belt off of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, I was there too.
Meeting him in the back, and he just had belts. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
He's like, hey man.
I actually started training
Damn.
or my wrestling training 2 weeks after that.
Wow.
Nice.
All right, so I'm looking up
That was
this
a good show.
It
That was
was.
a good show.
this show I was at, Danielson's last show
Mhm.
for ROH. Okay, Colt Cabana versus Rhett Titus.
Red Titus.
The Dark City Fight Club, John Davis and Corey Chavis versus Cheech and Cloudy. Claudio Castagnoli
Mm-hmm.
defeated Kenny Omega.
Nice.
Wow.
I don't even remember that shit, but that's amazing.
I see.
Roderick Strong defeated Delirious, Grizzly Redwood, and Sanjay Dutt.
Grizzly Redwood sounds familiar.
Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards beat Kevin Steen and El Generico in Tag Team Ladder War.
Damn.
That's awesome.
I remember that match.
Damn,
Chris
that's
Hero defeats Eddie Kingston.
Nice.
Austin Aries defeated Petey Williams. The Young Bucks beat the Briscoes. And Danielson beat Nigel.
Wow.
That's insane.
Who was the ROH heavyweight champion? Was it Danielson or McGinnis at the time?
Austin Aries.
Oh, Austin Aries.
Mhm.
Was that when McGinnis was also?
I
'Cause
don't
They,
so.
were they both? They were both coming over at the same time, and then what? McGinnis didn't pass his.
His
He
something
got
about
hurt.
his shoulder.
Didn't
Yeah.
pass. Didn't pass his physical.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was something with his physical. They actually go over it in the
His documentary.
which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were. It's about the same time. Like they were both leaving at the same time.
I
They
think
were.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I like talking about older times in wrestling. Like I got to work with. Brett, sorry, it's fucking stupid.
That's
to
fine.
bring
That's
it
what
up.
you're here for.
I worked with Claudio and Hero once.
Wow.
I worked with Moxley once.
Wow.
Cole Cabana.
Hmm.
El Generico. Like, this is when I was on IWC. Like, I was working with all these guys. And I was like, holy
Mhm.
shit. And now that I think about it, I'm like, I fucking worked with John Moxley once in my fucking life.
Yeah, this is the thing that's fucked up because I was.
You at IWC?
Yeah, I was at IWC.
No, I'm wondering if I've ever seen you because I've only been to a couple shows.
I mean, this was 2009.
This was refereeing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he. So he, we were trying. We had this conversation a little bit ago because I was filming through
You have
most of that
all
era.
my IWC shit.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like, did we ever have a conversation?
I think we have. I
You
really
know?
think we have.
It's just like random, like, hey, you're there, random dude there, whatever.
Because I did the Legends show,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll never forget, it was Coco Beware versus the Genius. And do you remember when Coco Beware was kind of at the time? And then
I didn't notice how weird he was being, but I did notice the Genius decided to start reciting poetry
and it was
for a while.
me and the Genius in the ring, and I'm standing there, and he's reciting poetry, doing a promo,
Yeah.
getting over as a heel, because they were waiting for Coco Beware to get his shit together to come out and
Mm-hmm.
do this match. And so he came out, and he was all messed up, and Genius powdered to the outside, and he was like walking around. Coco Beware is literally punching me in the back of the shoulder, like trying to put a big knot in the back of my fucking shoulder. So I turn around, I'm like, dude, stop fucking punching me in the arm. Because he's just like, count him, ref. And he kept punching me really hard. And I'm like, you gotta fucking stop, dude. Like, I got so mad at him. And then what the fuck happened to that? And then after the match, like, he wanted me to dance with him because he was doing the fucking bird thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to act like a fucking mark and dance with you. So, Norm, I think Norm was still,
Yeah.
Norm came in the ring and I was standing there and Norm was dancing with Coco Beware. Norm's like, you could have danced with him. I was like, fuck, I'm just going to dance with the guy doing a fucking bird dance. Like, I didn't know how to react. You know? I was 2 years in and I was just like, I don't want to be a fucking mark.
Yeah, yeah. You
Right.
don't. You weren't sure if you were allowed to at that point,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, and Ricky Reeves. I refereed the opening cruiser or the opening Super Indie match, and Ricky Reeves was in the match.
Ricky Reeves,
I think pretty sure. It was.
Reyes.
And was it Ricky Reyes?
Yeah, I think
Did I
so.
say his last name wrong?
Maybe
Everybody's gonna be like, you said his fucking name wrong, Ronnie.
Cortez
He would
Castro.
kick the shit out of people.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but it was him, and it was a triple threat match.
You were around the Brent Albright days, right?
It was.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was there when
He was so underappreciated
yeah.
because he was putting in some good matches and
He
nobody cared. Him and
is
Reyes both.
Insanely strong.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
'Cause-
we were talking about this the other
When
day.
we were at Base
Wait,
Brawl,
wasn't he one of the choppers?
yeah, he was one of the choppers. Yeah, for Dave, Brent Albright got a chop in on him for his birthday.
Oh yeah.
When we were at
Gunnar Scott in WWE.
when we were at Base Brawl, and they staged that brawl
Between
him and
SJK.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. And I remember was it Chuck or Norm was like, you guys are just gonna have to get in there because we were on the team. We were playing on the team with the wrestlers.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, when this fight breaks out, you guys are gonna have to get in there and pull them apart. I'm like, yeah, okay. And there's a bunch of people. We're like, okay, we can fake it. We can, just get in there and do our, to help out, make it look like just anybody who's around has
Just
jumped
trying
in
to
to
break
help.
it up. Yeah.
Like they go ham on each other. So I forget someone turned me, he's like, get in there, and I'm like, okay. So I jump onto Brent Albright's back, and like I'm on his like right shoulder, and I'm like, hey. And
Please
like
tell me
he
just,
continues to keep moving as if I am not there, and I'm like just like he's just still swinging, and I'm like, this man is insanely strong.
Yeah.
And then he just like stands up. I'm like, he was like, I imagine what it would be like if you were to just get on like an elephant,
Yeah.
and how it just does whatever it wants, and you're just there. That's
There's,
what it was. He was.
I think that's a WWE picture there.
That's that's
What?
what he looked
Yeah.
like.
Year was that? Was that the one I was at?
He was wasted talent.
Yeah,
man.
that was probably because you were the one where it was in the parking lot, right?
No, it was at a real baseball field.
Yeah, it was at a baseball field, but they had to put it in the parking lot.
No, this one was the outfield one.
This was the
No.
outfield one.
Oh, I think I saw the outfield one then.
Oh,
When
okay.
Idol did a shooting star press off the moving truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seems
okay.
right.
That rings a bell.
I
everyone
threw change at Dennis Gregory.
Come down to the ring on like truck.
We did
right?
that several times.
Well, that was outdoors, and I threw the change at his feet and told him it was his bus fare and to get out of my town.
Yeah. Okay, I was definitely there for that. I recall that.
Because that was in Ellsworth, and my hometown's
Hold
Bentleyville,
on
so
a
it's
second.
basically like that was my backyard.
Hold on a second, because the good news is,
And something about him, I was like, I saw you last night sleeping on that park bench over there.
let's see. There's one. There's Danny Gregory. There
Yep.
he is.
Wow, man.
There he is. I think he's an IWC.
You might
champion at
even
the
see
time.
me. You might even see me just like
Oh yeah.
jaw at him.
Oh yeah. There's the ring truck in the back. Jeez.
Oh yeah, I see you calling him a bum.
Where is he? Where is he? I feel like we're on the other side.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
then someone was.
This
calling
is
him a
where
It was probably
somebody was. Let's see if I can find the entrance for the Gambinos.
It's a pretty
that was
sweet
pretty
neon
fantastic.
yellow shirt that kid had on.
That might have been
Yeah.
him. That might have been who he was pointing at in the back corner was us maybe. Yeah.
Is that
Hold on, one of the
is that
greatest.
BC is the referee?
Here's
there?
here's the limo. Here's the limo that pulls up. A young chest flexor
Oh my.
with the Gambinos and Pump Ferrari.
God.
Fun fact: that building is no longer there. It's
Hey,
wow,
I
it's not
recently
there anymore.
saw those belts.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Ah,
wow.
Vicky Gambino.
Vicky Gambino.
Oh,
I can't say that.
Nope,
story
nope,
right
nope,
now.
nope. We're still streaming, buddy.
Can't say
love
that.
Vicky Gambino.
Oh,
That's good
jeez.
stuff.
And I think sexual harassment comes out on a fire truck, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just realized all those neon shirts were security.
Yeah, they were all the
Yes.
firemen.
All right.
So, I mean, safety first.
Hey, yeah,
I think they ended up being lumberjacks, maybe?
I think they had they had something like that.
there's Jimmy DeMarco.
Yeah. Oh, this is an 8-man tag. That's right.
He was all in the same man
There's
tag.
Shima
Wild.
Is it babyface fire and
Baby-
sexual harassment?
against all the Gambinos when
Yeah.
Vendetta was with them.
I was a big fan when they were babyface fire. Him and Gory.
Oh, why are we looking at a ring truck? Why are we looking very close at a ring truck? Somebody's in the ring truck. Oh, there's Brent Albright.
Please tell me he got changed in the truck.
No, I think it's just they fought into the truck, and is he trying to drive the truck? What is happening here?
So
what's this?
Idol did a dive
Gambino.
off the truck.
He was trying to help them move.
Oh, jeez. Hold on a second. I'm gonna drop this in the chat for you guys.
It's too
That's
great.
good stuff.
I don't know if I can. I don't know where the chat is.
What was
I
that?
feel like I have this on
2008.
They're on the YouTubes. They're on the YouTubes.
was-
You're all right.
That,
2009, right?
That was 2007, I think.
So
No,
was?
that's not right. Yeah, 2007.
So, yeah,
It's
'cause
labeled as
those are 2
2007.
years after that.
This is the 2008 one here. These are all on YouTube. Just look them up.
Larry Sweeney.
Larry Sweeney and Hentai. Hey,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
there's Dr. Feelbad in the audience.
I was there when Larry Sweeney was the Super Indie champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that he won at the Palisades?
That's where you got your chest flexor signed pizza.
Yeah, I bought a slice of pizza autographed by Chest Flexor. I still have it.
I'll never forget my first IWC show.
Wait a minute. The main event is the same match from the other show. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it's all the same guys.
The people demanded another match.
The rematch.
They wanted a rematch.
Hold on. Is this is where it turns into
That,
the riot?
boy, that cameraman is up. Did you see him?
Yeah, he's up there. That's old Marcus.
Oh man,
He went and ran some shows and
it's like a 6-man tag going on, and he's standing up on the apron like.
did a little bit of work with TNA, I believe. There's the dunking booth.
Yeah,
They locked Jimmy DeMarco into the dunking booth.
yeah.
There it is. What did they toss him? Oh, they tossed him some floaties.
That's funny.
This is in the middle of the match, by the way, that they went out to. I don't know why
There's no count out.
Why is somebody taking Vicky's clothes off in the corner?
Didn't they lose? That was their penalty.
Was that the
losing?
deal?
Yeah, they had to be dunked.
I just remember them fighting over there.
Yeah, I think it was one of their. It was a match stipulation.
Jeez. Oh wait, they're gonna and there
Oh,
goes.
this is their
There's
fight.
Shima getting drowned in. I don't know why there's this thing of water.
Wait, is that water even
I'm
sanitary?
worried. I'm worried about that
Man,
water.
Base brawls were so cool.
Look at that water, man.
What is up
There's
with that?
nothing safe about that water.
No. That's not good at all. We should probably do the rest of the show. Just look like Vicky was being kidnapped,
She really
like 80s movie style.
Let's see. IWC Ellsworth Baseball. I brought up the card on Cage Match.
Oh boy, that's scary.
Oh man, Ricky Reyes defeated Troy.
Oh, now she's in the dunking booth.
Daisy Hayes and Hentai against Alex Payne and Osiris.
What?
Ernie Osiris. I don't know who that is.
But it say Daisy Hayes and Hentai? Don't they mean Delirious? Yeah, no, I don't remember any of these guys. We're trying. There was definitely.
The Patriot beat Bubba the Bull.
Shark Boy.
Oh, there's Shark Boy beating up Bubba the Bulldog there.
Shark Boy's awesome, dude.
Jeez.
And McChesney fought Larry Sweeney
Was it
in a Super Indie title baseball bat match.
Yes.
Which one was Abyss at? Was he at that one?
That was
Yeah,
it
this
was
one. I was about to get to it. Dennis Gregory defeated Abyss by DQ.
that would be the other one on here. Maybe I
He
got
has
the
had
years
that
wrong.
same shirt.
Who?
Bubba the Bulldog.
Yes, he has.
He was just wearing that
He
damn
was.
shirt on
He
Saturday.
was. He was.
He's got like.
Hey man, when you got something that works.
He's got a closet of like 30,000.
His whole wardrobe is those shirts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I got them printed in bulk one year and just
couldn't sell
Oh.
them, so I just wore them every year for every match I've had.
once one wears out, I just pull out a new one.
Wrestling.
I don't know why this is okay. Before we get back, there's okay. Commentaries are weird. Okay, what the fuck?
CJ Sensation versus Logan Shula.
Oh jeez, the future Elias.
That's great.
I get comments and I get weird comments. I mean, especially on the women's matches. But every time there's a low blow, people will mark it in the comments with a timestamp, so you can go right to a low blow. I'm like, do people just like seeing low blows?
Like, do they just see like seeing other dudes touch other dudes' junk?
Well,
I gotta
Sure,
be like,
I mean,
dude, once you start seeing keywords that get like
Yeah.
there's a stink face playlist out there,
That's freaking.
and Raylan is all over it.
Sorg, you can type in Stink Face on WWE Network.
Well, yeah, because that was a Rikishi thing, right?
you don't wake up
Yeah,
and go
but
to
it
YouTube
will
and be
give
like,
you- it will give you.
gotta get my low blow quota in for the day.
Yeah. I mean,
I hope these are time stamped. I
Dude.
only have like 20
I mean,
minutes.
it's just very obvious. People are into wrestling for very different reasons.
I watch about 150 nut shots a day.
Yeah. That's how I can get motivated.
Yeah, that's how I.
My
I get.
God. All right, big question. Big question.
And Sorg, I also have an email.
What?
I went digging in my archives.
All right, we'll do that for a late segment. We get
Yes.
to stay on the Mayhemversary.
Yes.
Like I said, the big stuff's gonna be on
It's our
Saturday.
anniversary. I had to look up an old email. I'm
Oh,
not even going to tell you,
there you are.
who it's from, when it's from.
Oh,
You're just going to have to be
jeez.
surprised.
I'm gonna bring them and little blowy thingies. You know what I'm talking about?
I sent a request. I don't know. Are they like the low blows? I don't.
No, you know what I mean.
What do we
The kazoos. And we're
The
gonna,
kazoos and stuff, you know.
We're gonna have a big party.
A big party at 700, but this is the
Yeah.
Mayhemversary. We're just talking about old stuff right
Palindrome.
here
This was a good
on the
show.
Mayhem show. You guys just listened to an old voicemail that Mad Mike brought up last night on the show, and it's time for the big question. It's time for the big question, and the big question is, I think we're doing a little bit of it. What was your first wrestling show, and what was a significant thing from that wrestling show?
God.
All right.
Because 14 years ago, we all first started going to indie wrestling in Pittsburgh, apparently.
Oh.
The first year of this show it all kind of came together.
Can I start?
Yeah.
All right, I'm digging in my. We're talking about indie wrestling first show.
It can be one or the other.
I'll give you my first WWE and my first indie. My first WWE show was a house show, and I went with my dad and his friend and their kids. It was when The Rock was in the Nation of Domination. That was back in what, like 98, something like that? So that was my first WWE show I went to.
Mm-hmm.
My first pay-per-view was King of the Ring, and that's when, Mankind got thrown off the fucking Hell in the Cell. My first indie show was in 2003. I got introduced to Sean Patrick. And Sean Patrick, who everybody says is my father.
Yeah, everybody was calling. Well, you started calling him Dad. Yeah, we're at KSWA Saturday night, and he just like, take care of this, Dad.
I'm like, Dad. No, but everyone does call him my dad, but he calls me his son. But I got introduced to him by my friend JD, and we were Permane Brothers in Harborville, and Sean lived in Springdale.
Mm-hmm.
So Sean would pick me up, and he would take me to PWX. And this was around the time where I was supposed to start training with, can't remember his name, Nikita Alanoff, because that's when he was the head trainer at PWX.
Yeah.
And I went, and the first person who I became a fan of was Chris Taylor. And his tag team partner, were they NC-17 or was it?
I don't know those years.
You don't know those years?
I don't know PWX history at all.
All right, yeah.
I knew nobody that came out for the anniversary show.
Well, yeah.
Like, zero.
I didn't come out for the anniversary show either. So,
yeah, well, neither did you. So, but
But,
yeah,
no,
I just simply was not aware of any PWX
Okay.
history, and just for reasons.
but I was a big Chris Taylor fan because he
Mhm.
reminded me of Chris Jericho when he was younger, and he came out to "Natural High" by the Union Underground. That song was fucking sick.
Yeah, it was.
And every time we have a conversation, I always bring up the first time I met him, and him and Crystal Frost, because she was his manager, and now I'm good friends with Chris Taylor. So
But there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see. My first wrestling show, period. WWF. I think it was 2000. I thought it was earlier, but I looked it up again. It was like 2000, and it was the weekend where Taz had the ECW championship
on the
on
WWE
TV.
show,
He had just won it.
SmackDown.
He had won it at ECW.
Yeah.
He came out the next week on SmackDown with it on.
Mm-hmm.
He did not have it on after the show,
Mm-hmm.
but that was the first time that I think that's where I got my Jerichoholics shirt. First indie show. I think for the longest time I did cite IWC as that IWC 1.2 as my first indie show, but technically I had been to several because I had not thought about JCW at the Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
And the first year was Vampiro and Sabu on the final day, because it was 2 days, I think. Yeah, I think it was still 2 days, and it was at the Toledo Convention Center, and ended in a riot during the last match, or the last set for ICP. And we all ran from tear gas, basically.
That's awesome.
But so there was that experience. But it ended in Sabu and Vampiro for the JCW title. Everybody, first time I saw everybody get into the ring and watch it collapse. Also managed to get myself and my friend into Pro Wrestling Illustrated, maybe. That was doing a feature on the wrestling that weekend. And you can see us in the crowd.
Nice.
So, and then of course several gatherings afterwards, 2003, 4, 5, 6, before seeing anything here in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I was living in at least Pittsburgh adjacent since 2001, maybe. So I don't know why I just never picked up on indies at the time.
I think because we were just so brainwashed to believe in like WWE and WCW.
It just never got on my radar until I saw like the IWC program on like WBGN. I'm like, oh, what's this?
When AJ Styles was the
For
Super Indie
me,
Champion?
I first, when I saw it, it was they were playing the Super Indy 4 where McChesney won. Because I remember I turned it in, I was like, oh, that's Christopher Daniels. Like, oh, who's that? You know, I think we were just getting into TNA and everything and talking about stuff on the show. And then, 5 probably had just happened, and we didn't start going until I ran into Jason Gorey at a Dope and Mushroom Head show. Well, maybe it was just Dope. I can't remember if that was I saw them twice. He's wearing a Too Dope Fuck Off shirt. And I was like, hey, you should check out this wrestling. I'm like, all right, sure. And I talked Chachi into it. And then you guys came the next show, I think. That was the really brutal super hentai Choi Lords match.
Right after Pod Camp.
Yeah, right. Well, okay, it was a day of Pod Camp. We went to the wrestling show.
Yep.
So we never went to the after parties. So, yeah. What about you? What was your
Went
first?
to a few of the after parties.
Well, I know the Pod Camp after parties.
Oh, no, yeah, never went, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of the Carriage Inn after parties.
Those were the days. Those
That's
guys.
when Cole Cabana told me I looked like Edge and he was going to call Adam because he had him in his phone. And he was going to tell him about it.
Was it Carriage Inn where we sang Captain Planet with Johnny Gargano?
I thought that
Or
happened.
was that the other place?
That was probably Carriage Inn,
Okay.
and maybe also on this show.
Yeah.
So
It might have been on the show too, but I know it was impromptu at an IWC after show.
yeah, I think it's the only place
Because him and I think Shima started singing it like by themselves, and then
Everybody
like
kinda joined in.
they were loud enough, but they got to the point where like the bad guy chimes in and he screams, "You'll pay for this, Captain Planet," and I just screamed it, and they stopped and froze and were like, "Who the fuck said that?" And then they came over and we all finished the song.
And those are the special moments you can have at indie shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thinking about, let's see, my first show, it's kind of hard. I'd have to really dig to see when my first WWE show was. But there are three, but two main ones here in Pittsburgh that I definitely remember. One, I went by myself to a show at the Civic Arena, and it was the show before SummerSlam, Hogan versus HBK.
Whoa.
Because I took a sign that said HBK, and it was Hogan Butt Kicker. And Pittsburgh's a notorious pro Hogan crowd. So I had floor seats. I was 9 rows back from the commentary bench. So I had this sign, and there's people booing me, and I'm like, Hogan sucks. I'm like, HBK is the man. And then I think that's when they had their debate or whatever in the ring and stuff. And I remember that.
That was the
Because
only.
I'd never been on the floor either at any event.
That was the first time I got to see Hogan.
So yeah, that was. I
Nice.
thought that was cool
I
because
have never seen Hulk Hogan.
Really?
you went
But-
down this tiny staircase to get down
I
to the
don't-
floor in
Yeah,
Civic
yeah.
Arena because it
Yeah.
was all old. And
Yep.
I don't know if I've seen Hogan wrestle.
I've definitely not seen him wrestle, but
I might have when I was a kid.
May have
because
seen
that was my first time seeing him. Then I saw him at the Impact or TNA taping in IUP.
Oh, I've seen him at TNA.
Yeah.
I may
I
have seen
think-
him in some random tag team.
I saw him in
He was
Philadelphia when they Bound for Glory. He faced Sting at Bound for
Mm.
Glory. That match was shit.
Uh-huh.
Whew, that pay per view. Let me tell you. At least I had a good conversation with Don West when he was selling merch, though.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Was it about Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
It should have been though.
It should have been. I hear he's swimming in those.
And then, and of course, Mad Mike. We know. Oh no, is there more Power Ranger stuff?
It is literally Zach's face on the Green Ranger and Noctis on Jason's body.
You're having too much fun back there.
Can you make this a thing, please? Like,
Sorg.
What do you mean, can I make it a thing?
like this needs to be something they sell.
Like a printed thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
need to sell
jeez.
this one.
They have it to print.
Oh, do they?
Another good one,
Oh.
Sorg, was Armageddon.
Oh, jeez.
When me and Sorg went to Armageddon here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And,
Is that the barbed wire cage?
And
No,
Amazing.
that was no way
that
out.
was no way out. This was Armageddon when Edge had the Edge heads.
Yeah.
And I told Sorg, I was like, Sorg, look, as soon as we get to the arena, because this is when I had long hair and everything. I was
Yeah.
like, Sorg, whenever we get to the arena.
And I think the Madison Square Garden thing had happened
Yeah.
where we had everybody chanting for
and
you.
I was like, listen.
we had
Sorg, I was
200, 300 people in the
don't, yeah, I was
in
like,
the
you don't
entranceway
understand,
yelling for
Sorg.
you.
There are people who think I'm Edge.
Yes.
They'll double take. And I was
Yes.
like, when we go get tickets, I was like, just look around and notice the people who would double take at me.
And
like who will go out of their way to look at me to make sure they're not seeing what they think.
Yeah.
That's,
You
and
probably
we
could
counted.
have snuck in as a third major brother.
And we were
We counted. What was it, like 30 times before we got to our seats? And like there was like 3 people in line when we were getting nachos that double take. Then one person's like, "Man, you really look like him." I'm like, yeah, I know. I just want to get to my goddamn seat.
Like, just leave the fuck
Like, I
alone.
get it. I
Nice.
get it. Yeah, I know. And then the Edgeheads were there for that title defense for Edge, and then like, so it's like, this is perfect.
we had the section chanted for you a couple times.
Yeah.
And then they came out, and like me and like the people around us were like, "What are you doing? Get down there!"
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Wink, wink, wink. Yeah, it's like you could have been down there. Like,
Yeah. So
yeah. And then of course is the Royal Rumble in Madison Square Garden.
yeah.
It's just all around. It's the best part, I think, was how everybody hated Rey Mysterio.
Oh my
And
God.
everybody loved Edge, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm amongst my people." I didn't expect this. The Edge is a heel. I did not expect. This is amazing. And then he won. He retained his championship. Like, this is the best day in the world. And then
The
everybody
best
hated
part-
John Cena. Oh, it was perfect.
The best part was when we were in the concourse.
Yeah.
Remedy just randomly grabs me. He's like, "We're lifting him up." I'm like, "What? We're
Yeah.
doing what
I
now?"
get hoisted up in no time. Like, whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm above everybody. And it just chant Edge. And I remember saying something like, "John Cena's terrible and he lost tonight, but you know what, Edge didn't lose. Woo!"
I have a little bit of the
Edge,
footage here for you guys.
I
if
took
you,
I took a photo with a Japanese
there
family.
he is. Everybody is chanting on the streets of New York, "Edge, Edge, Edge," and he's just making all
God,
the
look
movements.
This one guy gives me a hug or yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
hey, it was-
This guy's like taking me
yeah,
a hug.
hey,
This
hey,
like
hey.
nice. He's on the phone with somebody.
Dude,
He's like,
you look exactly like Edge. There.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
I took a picture with like a 9-person Asian family, and I'm like, I'm on like some family's mantle. They're like, "Hey, we met Edge that one year."
I'm trying to find the other one.
Sure.
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I can't find the other one.
And
We'll
then-
find out later.
Yeah, all the fun we have at the Indies. We've always had fun.
Sorg, I found the card from the first ever Raw I was at.
Oh, jeez. Because so it was always Raws that you'd been to?
Well, that's what they taped.
Mm-hmm.
Poughkeepsie, New York was once a hotbed for the WWF
Mm-hmm.
back in the day. We even got a Raw after WrestleMania.
Ooh.
That's not a joke. So I found this card from April 12th, 1993. Mad Mike was a fresh 10 years old. So the matches: Friar Ferguson defeated Chris Duffy.
What the fuck?
Remember, it was Raw in 93.
Dude,
No competition.
that's ridiculous. Dude, yeah.
Papa Shango defeated Scott Taylor. Tatanka defeated Von Cruz, who is actually Big Vito.
These were the big days.
Wow.
Hey, I got to film Big Vito a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
He
insane.
Big Vito asked me if I could use some table space. Or if he could use some table space. I'm
Vito
like,
asked
Big
me."
Vito, you can do whatever the hell you want. I just need this camera space over here. You're like, you're I'm cool with you, Big Vito.
All right.
So-
the main event of the show, hot main event. Scott Steiner defeated IRS by DQ.
Wow, that was a terrible card.
Well, no, and the two dark matches, Bret Hart defeated Razor Ramon, and The Undertaker defeated Giant Gonzalez by DQ.
So how do you have such a terrible show and then, hey, here's some good matches?
It was, I believe, this was the Raw right after
Oh,
WrestleMania 9.
understand.
I found some more
I should
MSG
clearly-
footage. This is the part where we lift you up. I don't think we got that on footage.
No, we
I
were
would-
going down like we were funneling out the concourse.
Yeah, we were finding out the concourse. There was a lot that happened. I think I don't even know what I was
No, I
filming
think
on.
this is when we lift him up.
Not the clip I have.
There's that clip of me
Oh.
signing Dennis Gregory's bed in Central Park.
Yeah, we found just cardboard somebody was sleeping on, and we're like, look, Dennis Gregory is here.
I
And
wrote,
then you signed it.
yeah,
Don't you wish there was Facebook back then where you could tag them on Facebook like, hey, we found your bed.
I know, right?
I wrote bum on it in Sharpie and signed it. It was a homeless guy's bed too. Oh boy,
This was 11 years
what
ago.
was I
My
doing?
God, we were wild and young.
boy.
Oh my God! Remember that was the NXT theme song?
Yeah, I know.
We were wild and young. Hey, Sorg.
Oh.
I got an email.
You got an email. Now, yeah, we used to get emails all the time on this
Yeah.
show. All the time. It
Yeah.
was almost the primary communication that we had for this show before Facebook chat was a thing.
It was literally Sorg didn't have to write a rundown for the show because the emailers would
Oh
just
yeah,
what
we
to talk
would.
about.
Yeah, we would just do the show to the emails. So you dug up an email here.
Oh no, I received it fresh.
You received it fresh.
Fresh from February 8th, 2014.
Oh jeez.
Uh-huh. All right, and I'm going to do this in the style that it was done back in the day.
Oh no.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Hey, it's me, it's former fan of the year, Big PPC.
Why the fuck did we do this again?
I don't know.
There's something about the way you wrote us emails, and we're like, it needs a British, a Russian accent or something, right?
I think that was just LB trying to do different ways to read everyone's email.
Yeah, because we were reading a lot of email.
Uh-huh.
Probably too much.
And soon to be fan of the year again, possibly. Happy to be part of the Mayhem Nation once again. Yes, D. Bryan just as over as last summer. All right. Holy shit, the Shield versus the Wyatts doesn't get much better than this. Hope they don't blow it at Chamber. Wow, all right. CM Punk takes his ball and goes home. Good for him. Hope he and AJ enjoy their weekend together. Everyone deserves a little time off. Cena could learn from this. He was a prophet. Sorg. So who else is getting the network? I sure am.
Oh
jeez. Sounds like a plan for $9.99. Well, I wish.
By the way, I want to point out that's 2014 $9.99.
Yeah. It's probably about $15 now. While I wish there was more time in the day to watch the network, or we had this when I was, it not working parent, but oh well. Yes, we just read these verbatim. TNA is still doing what it's doing, bringing on MVP inserted and Hogan and Sting removed. That's a start. No punctuation at all. It may be too late to save TNA, but maybe, just maybe, this new younger crop of talent there may just be a good start.
Wait, what was that young crop of talent in 2014?
I'm
kind
not
of curious
sure,
where
but
they're at now.
They're probably all on Raw right now.
Yeah. Say hello to SmackDown's roster right now.
Yeah. Chikara is back. Exciting times for them. Hope to see more in the future. I enjoyed National Pro Wrestling Day.
National Pro Wrestling Day.
There it is. ROH not quite the same momentum they had last year, but still doing their thing, and a must-to watch when you can. Okay, now we had some questions. I feel like we should just answer these questions as it was right now. Okay?
Let's do it.
All right. Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, Big E. Who will be the next breakout to main event from NXT?
Cesaro.
Wow. Wow.
That Neville guy's pretty good.
Well, no, I think these guys had already been breakouts. I think he was asking who would be the next breakout star from NXT. So that's a question we can still answer now.
Well, let's see. Neville is in AEW. Sami
Doing good
Zayn.
stuff.
What is Sami doing right now? Just other than
Uh,
dancing behind.
He's managing Cesaro.
Yeah, he's managing Cesaro and Nakamura. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And pissing off Braun Strowman on a weekly basis.
Is he still getting his ass kicked on a weekly basis?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Poor Sammy.
But, but in a good way.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Big E's doing okay.
his checks are still clearing, so he's doing fine.
I'm still waiting for that Big E WWE title push.
Oh, God, I wish. Okay. What will you watch first on network? Legends House or some WCW pay-per-views from me.
Oh God, I forgot
WCW
Legends.
pay-per-views.
I forgot Legends House, and we interviewed that guy that worked on Legends House.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, we you gotta go back in the archives. There are some stories.
There
from
you go.
Legends
Go
House.
look up. Go WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Type in Indie Mayhem Show Legends House, and there's a great. I think did he also work on. I might be confusing him with Van Wagnen, because there was another guy.
No, Van Wagner was the one that worked on Legends House.
Really? Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, because he's also the one that we asked about Trump,
Yep.
and he gave his real answer off air.
Oh, he sure did.
Oh boy.
He sure did. Just everything you think, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, because he worked on The Apprentice.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So hold on. I got to finish off the email. Till next time. Take care, Mayhem Crew and Mayhem Nation. It's me. It's Big PPC sent from my iPhone.
From my iPhone.
That's awesome.
Oh, jeez. And by the way, we did PodCamp ads with Stoke Monkey. Just so this is back PodCamp 3 in 08. Just so Ronnie can get a visual of what the Stoke Monkey thing was about.
In 08.
In 08, yes. There you go. That's
I have the Stoke Monkey head in the studio. So.
because there was a cutoff on things that we keep in the studio.
Guys, I've
That
seen
didn't
this
make it.
before.
You've seen this before?
I've seen Stoke Monkey before.
Oh no.
I thought we brought it in once.
In my nightmare.
No, I swear I've seen that thing before.
Really?
Yeah.
You probably some of our multiple videos that we put out over the years.
You probably saw when
What if
I Justine had it on because she probably had the most wide casting net with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm starting to have flashbacks thinking, what if I actually did watch this show? Like,
This is where it comes around, right?
Yeah.
This is where this turns into just one big Black Mirror episode.
I've seen this
where
show.
no, I've seen that fucking monkey before.
wait a minute.
Son of a
Wait a
bitch.
minute. Was I a fan of this podcast 10 years ago?
I think I was.
I think,
I think I was a fan of this podcast 10 years ago, and I was doing eFeds 10 years ago.
Okay.
Does anybody
was
else
I.
remember eFeds?
He's
No,
gonna be like-
we've been having some conversations about eFeds on here.
Can we like have like a full on conversation?
He's
about
gonna be like,
eFeding?
What?
shit, you interviewed me.
Hold on. Sorg, there's a
Holy
good way to check.
What's-
See if Ronnie is a friend of us on MySpace.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a possibility.
MySpace is still active. I bet we can figure that
Hold
out.
on, I'm typing in some MySpace. I don't know if I want to do this as part of the show, but oh god.
I just feel like I'm having really bad flashbacks right now.
Having
Sorg,
real
if you
bad
want a real
deja
blast
vu.
from the
Like,
past,
Yeah,
Sorg, if you can get into the Mayhem
everything
show
just came full
MySpace,
circle in one
Stoke
freaking
Monkey.
moment.
Sorg, if you
Wait, it
can
was
get into
Stoke.
MySpace-
Wait. It was Stoke Monkey that triggered you.
it was like it's
Yeah,
it's like Kill Bill. Whenever Stoke Monkey comes, it's like
And we just have to zoom real close into his eyes. Hold
God.
on again. Hold on, give me that look.
it just fades Stoke Monkey in and out. Over him, like,
no. Why did that stupid monkey trigger like 11 years of like podcasting into my brain?
Oh no.
I think I've listened to this stuff. Like,
I used to pass time by listening to. I burned your program on the CDs.
It was you the whole time.
No.
You're the guys I told to split it up.
I definitely feel like I listen to the show.
That's
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to log in because all the emails I have for MySpace are all Mail City accounts that I don't have anymore.
Good old days of
Oh, no.
hotmail.com is what my.
Oh no. We're gonna try this.
You
Yes.
can get into MySpace. Read the most recent comment.
What?
Are you on it right now?
Before emails, there were people like me who left comments on the MySpace page.
Oh god.
Oh, those are the good old days when you'd have your
Me,
top 15 friends on
Oh.
or MySpace.
You know, another friend we didn't, Daniel Stevenson. He was a good he was a good fan of the Mayhem show who would
What's his
chime in. Every
name?
once- I still talk to him. He's a
What?
friend on Facebook and stuff.
What did we call him though?
Yeah, I only know code names.
Machiavelli.
Machiavelli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
Machiavelli. He was all. Yeah, he was. He was a pretty prominent too. I still
So-
talk to him on Twitter and stuff.
I can't get into it, but you can still go to myspace.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Can you look
I'm-
at your-
I'm
can you
trying
look
to
at your
see. I'm
friends list?
trying to load it and see if it has that kind of stuff. But I mean, they changed MySpace a few years ago,
Yeah.
like pretty drastically, and like
Yeah.
stuff is
Yeah,
there.
I'm still in the top 8.
I'm
What-
surprised it's still a thing though. That's the.
Yeah, there's. I mean, literally, there's like Chess Flexor signing the pizza at Super Indy 7.
I still have that.
Yeah, you do.
You know, if you leave, I left that wrapped in a napkin in the hood or in the trunk of my Cavalier during summer, and it petrified.
Really? But you still put it in the freezer and you still own it?
It's completely petrified, and I just have it in a bag
That's awesome.
Oh
because
man,
it nothing ever happened to it got so hard and like
Peter
just
Kelly?
completely
What?
petrified. Like I was like, I'm like, look at this stuff.
That's
Like-
not good for pizza though. Like it makes
Well,
you
he
wonder
didn't-
what do we eat?
He didn't
It's
eat
set-
it afterwards.
It sat in my trunk, in my hot trunk, because I had a black car for 3 months through that summer, and it whatever just
Does your car smell like pizza?
yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit.
You get in there and you're hungry. You're like, why does my car
You're
smell like
like,
fucking pizza?
There's like a faint pizza. What is
Why am I so hungry right now? Why can't I go for a slice on Broadway right now?
hey Sorg, guess who's a friend of ours on MySpace? Jeremy Borash.
What? No shit.
Yes,
What?
yes.
Oh no. Where's
Oh boy, this is great.
this is
I also saw iJustine.
what's that?
I also saw iJustine.
Where
was a
how do I
friend.
even get the friends? I don't know how MySpace works anymore.
I went to Connections.
Connections. Oh, that's what friends are called now. Oh,
I
jeez. Oh, there's a bit.
There's-
I don't know. All these people are wrestlers that are not in wrestling
I'm
anymore.
just starting to fear for the idea of like it's just gonna pop up.
What? Just like Ronnie Starks is gonna pop up.
Yeah,
and-
looking for it. What was your name on MySpace, Ronnie?
it was Starks, but it was my shoot name for a while. But then I turned my my MySpace into my worker
Apparently,
page.
Justin Roberts was also a friend of ours.
How does this work? It's not loading.
Sin Bodie.
Maybe because I'm on. Wait, Sin Bodie?
Yes, Sin Bodie.
That's weird because I just like did a show with him for the first time at the beginning of last year.
Cross?
What?
Matt Cross.
Matt
Maybe
Cross?
these are people who we friended.
Friended, and then they accepted it. Yeah.
Yeah, Robert
Yeah, likely.
Tatanka.
Tatanka. Yeah, definitely. Just definitely.
Yeah, not a fake profile at all.
Morgan Webb. If anyone. Was
Oh no, you guys were not. You guys, everybody was not kind to Morgan Webb. She was a
love
fine television host.
I like Morgan Webb.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Well, it's been.
PA Juggalos.
What's that?
Western PA Juggalos.
Oh, whatever happened to that site?
The Iron Sheik.
Cheeky
Friend-
baby.
No. Friend of the show, the Iron Sheik.
Gonna bring him in for a show.
Literally. No, we can't. We can't. Probably can't anymore. Jeez. Jeez, big ugly bulldog. Is that Bubba?
It might be.
Oh, I'm
Bubba
so
the
trying to
bulldog?
load these.
Claudio Castagnoli. Friend of the show.
There you go. There you go. Well, I was trying to get an interview with those guys.
That was Claudio.
Mike
with hair.
Mizanin. Friend
Mike.
of the
Mike Mazanin.
Mike Mizanin, friend of the show. This is amazing.
Man, MySpace was we would get show bookings for our rap group and bookings for the Wrestling Mayhem show.
I still pop for the rap group.
I'm sure indie wrestling worked the same way.
Yeah.
In those days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did your first booking come through MySpace?
It did.
Yeah.
MySpace Messenger.
There you go.
Yep.
That's how we lived.
Eddie Edwards.
Eddie Edwards, jeez. Jeez.
This is insane.
All right. Well, on that point, what did you guys learn?
Malengo.
What's that?
There's Malengo.
Malengo. I have to catch up with him. We haven't had lunch for a few months. So, guys, what have you learned from this podcast? What's your big lesson in 14 years? Apparently, Ronnie's been around for most of that 14 years.
I
we
think
just
I
discovered.
have. Like, holy shit.
What did you learn from your fever dream of the smoke monkey?
Well, I had nightmares to that goddamn monkey. Apparently.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw its face, immediately I'm like, I've seen it before.
There's no other monkey like it.
No,
No.
that was it, guys. Like it all came full circle today. That's it.
You know, I believe it was originally attached to a sleeping bag, and it's one of those things where it would wrap up into its own mouth, and that's how you stored
I've always
it.
seen it attached to Will's heads.
Was it Will that brought it?
I have no idea.
So I don't even know where it came from right now. So, oh boy, Chad, what'd you learn?
Boy, what didn't I learn?
You learn what it takes to get cheered at Madison Square Garden.
I guess, I guess the best thing to take away is, man, what a small world.
Uh-huh.
Through this podcast, like just what a small world. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, yeah, like I think me and Sorg met because the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. Because he went there, I went there. I met Will. Will was like, "Hey, come do this podcast wrestling thing." I said, "Sure."
Are we outlasting the Art Institute of Pittsburgh?
The Art Institute is dead.
Yes, it is dead.
Yep.
But Mayhem lives on.
14 years later, I'm still on. I've come back on the show, and I film for Sidekick Media.
There you go.
At wrestling, at independent wrestling.
Independent wrestling.
Which in and of itself is just crazy.
Yeah,
It's just crazy.
This is the lives that we've chosen. Like
I meet Will, and then through the Wrestling Mayhem show with Sorg, we would be going to indie shows to produce and film them. And
including like Devon Dudley and guys like that, right?
Yeah. I'm filming Devon Dudley and the Rev.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
There was it was
Teddy Long, and
I remember the pitch when you guys came on the show was like, "Oh, these are some guys that we do our backyard wrestling with."
Right.
Which I think, weren't you doing it in like the dorms at AIP?
Yeah.
Like you're wrestling in the dorms at the Art Institute.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Like, and you guys would cut promos on each other on the podcast. This is what the show used to be, right?
And
everything.
That was the outlet. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the outlet.
So that was basically like a real E-Fed, is what you're saying.
It kind of was, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Except then we really hurt each other. Is that one time I threw you on those serving plates?
Metal plate warmers.
Yeah, metal plate warmer things.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
We had a ring.
Yeah, we had a ring that one time. Yeah. Yeah.
Where'd you get the ring at?
From a guy. From a guy that had a ring.
Okay. I mean,
it was a pretty nice ring, too.
Yeah. We were.
Was it one of those high spots rings?
It was. I think it was better than a high spots ring. It was a nice ring. I don't know whatever happened to that ring.
It was a high ring too. Like it was,
It was a full size ring.
That's a good ring.
That we set up in my dad's backyard.
A nice canvas on it.
Yes.
That canvas didn't have any holes. It was that kid. He had an apron to it and everything. Like, it was nice.
Did you slip the guy a couple $100 and he just like have fun?
No, he was just like, I want a place to do something, and we were already doing a backyard wrestling / concert back at my dad's, because my dad had like a couple acres.
Nice.
So we're like, let's just do this thing.
You had a big festival in your backyard, didn't you?
It was called Sorgstock.
He pulled that. Yeah,
that's what that commercial was from.
Pulled that moving truck in and set it up right in the yard.
Yep.
This is pretty sweet.
Yeah. That was the last time we ever did that.
That's like a kid's dream, man.
It
Setting a wrestling ring up in your backyard.
You did some stuff. And that's the precursor to the wrestling production empire.
And the important thing is you guys survived your wrestling.
Yes, yes. Nobody got severely hurt. I did break a rib when we were doing it before I met you guys, because we were doing something and it was an early iteration of this, and it was like everybody dogpiled me. I felt a pop. I'm like, hey guys, I don't think I'm doing this.
Doc Remedy went on to get trained.
That's right.
He went through the IWC school.
He went through the school. Had matches with future Elias and Dalton Castle and
tagged with Blue Collar Slaughter.
Yep.
For a little while there.
Rode in a Bronco. So
I think I know Doc too.
Well, you probably were there refereeing when
Gambino?
David Demira.
Pull up a picture of Doc real quick for
David
me.
Demira.
David Demira.
Hold on. I got some here from 2006 when he's hanging with Ray Rowe.
Yeah,
hold on a second.
You do. I guarantee you know.
By the way, apparently Sorg.
If I flip through this MySpace and
remember-
if I see Ronnie in the background of one of these fucking pictures,
You're going to.
I remember going to IWC when Dave was wrestling, and he was wrestling Vegas, and Vegas would kick him in the back, and we would stand up and go, kick him again. And he'd be like, you want me to kick him? I'm like, kick him in the back again. And then Vegas would kick him. We're like, do it one more time.
let's see. Here's him with.
Sorg.
There you go. There's a picture.
Apparently, we were friends with someone named Colby Lewis on MySpace.
Colby.
He look. That's way early though.
Yeah,
He looks a
yeah,
lot.
I know, Doc.
He looks.
He's the one when he was training. He built the rings, like all the stuff.
He built the cage.
He built the cage.
He built the cage itself.
And then
Sorg, Colby Lewis is Seth Rollins.
he tore his,
I did not know that. And we were friends with him on MySpace.
We were friends with him on MySpace. I also saw official SJK.
Okay.
That
I
makes,
saw
well, that
Juggalo
makes
Jamie's
sense.
MySpace.
Jeez.
SJK makes sense.
I saw King Frown's MySpace.
Oh, King Frown. I still run into him every once in a while too.
Yeah. He pops up.
Just randomly, like
Who was the guy that I used to feud with via voicemails?
I don't remember. I think everybody. So,
No, but there was like someone specifically.
All I know is
He kept wanting me to go
ran-
indie shows. And I'm like, motherfucker, I
randomly got
can't afford that shit.
I randomly got an update with all of our iTunes reviews and realizing how much everybody hated Chachi on this show
Oh yeah.
because he was so desperately negative, so highly negative, and it was pretty crazy. Wow. As I look at my Facebook, and the world is falling apart apparently. Anyways, geez, what did I learn?
Wow. I think
Is
I've
it my
known you
turn?
people forever. What the shit?
Wow.
What'd you
so
learn, Mad Mike?
I learned that my MySpace name was myspace.com/I_C_clearly_now.
Wow.
I see clearly.
that sounds almost like mine, but like it would belong to me.
I guess I got there first.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Son of a
Well-
bitch. That's why I couldn't use it.
I had to corner Chad the Shad, so whenever I hit that, I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I got to just put this on everything.
Yeah, this is me.
I got to corner the market.
Wait
I
a
gotta
minute. Wait a
corner
minute. Wait,
Twitter.
Before we go, Ronnie, or you got to hear Chad the Shads and Doc Remedy's tag team.
Please.
Yes,
Oh,
I think that's worth
Oh, man.
mentioning.
Weekly features.
The weekly features.
The weekly features.
It drives me nuts because Katie Arquette comes out and that feature presentation
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
And you think
Is
of
at the beginning, and
weekly features.
I think of David Demira and the weekly features because
Yeah.
you
'Cause
used it there.
and we always if we always just let's just envision ourselves on like Monday Night Raw. so we would be the weekly features. We'd be featured presentations every week.
Yeah.
So we were a tag team. We were chefs. So we wore the checkered pants with the chef coats,
There's pictures of this somewhere.
and then you had the floppy hat or the paper hat.
yeah.
And we figured the best way to be introduced would be, say, somebody high caliber had their own chef or chefs. So we would be making, whatever. And then we could be faces or heels. It didn't matter. Mostly probably heels because we could throw flour in people's faces. Or, we could bring like steaks down to the ring for the commentary to bribe, sizzling, like hot plates, sizzling hot plates of food. And, we could hit people with cookie sheets or whisks,
or plate warmers.
or plate warmers,
we did that.
and if we ever went to have a valet, she would be like the server,
Yeah.
all our moves were like we had
Food
like the
based
swinging sidewalks. The swinging sidewalk was the California blend after the vegetables, and our one of the elbows was like the fryer basket, or the fryer baskets was like a lion tamer. We put them in the fryer baskets. And you name it, like a soup of the day or something. It was you just had some real fun with it.
Didn't one of you guys do a gazpacho con rana?
Yeah, it was something like that. We came up with like a whole because we were line cooks back then.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured, we'll just wrestle it'd be cool to wrestle as cooks. And we think that would actually, the more I see it, I'm like, man, that'd be pretty fun on the
Yeah.
indie scene to just be dick chefs.
I mean, we got,
Hey, there's it could be resurrected.
The other really
there's
good
a place
one.
for that.
I mean, if you want to resurrect it.
The other really good one was a Lucha Libre character called the Postmaster.
By the way, Remedy was in here describing the Postmaster.
Love the
some
Postmaster.
People. Yes,
you'd have an eagle style post office mask, and you dress as a postal worker, and you would come out if you were a heel. You would come out and hand everybody bills or junk mail. Here you go. Here's a bunch of ads, and you just throw them. Or if you were face, you'd have like paychecks written out or something. Like, here's some good mail.
That's awesome.
And your move, you could your finisher was a top rope elbow, but it was called the postage stamp or air mail, because when you go up, you would take out stamps and lick them and put them on your elbow, and then deliver the elbow.
I think this is before we had.
You would beat everybody with a small package. That was the only way you could pin people was through small package.
I remember telling Remedy it would never work in WWE though, because all the pay-per-views would be on Sundays and he would
they never work on Sundays. Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
What was it? If it was a big guy, you'd put more postage on.
Yeah. You try to give him the German or something. You'd you gotta get out more stamps, or elbows.
We were watching a lot of Chikara around then.
Or a flying crossbody was like next day air or something like that. Jeez. It was just somebody you could have fun with. We all love just giving fans bills and junk mail.
Yeah.
Coming out here's a bunch of junk mail. Everybody hates junk mail.
Sounds to me like this needs resurrected.
From the chat, Bobby F. J-Town is in there. Get in your car, Bobby. Learned that he met some of his best friends through this show and loved Mayhem Mania so much more over the years. And all caps, Sorg needs to release the No Holds Barred footage.
I want to see
Sorg.
it.
There was
Sorg, release the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut.
Get it? Get it?
His name's Snyder. Yeah. Also, I have too many Funko Pops. Yes. No, they did a commentary track for No Holds Barred. We rented the theater in Dormont to do this, and had some fun there.
I think we should also pick another.
No Holds Barred is a good movie.
Sorg,
Yeah.
I was there.
we need to do another running commentary track,
Son of a bitch.
but for Boone the Bounty Hunter.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh my God, Boone the Bounty Hunter.
It was the best movie. I own 2 copies.
Why do you have 2 copies?
Because I bought the digital
have you-
and I got the DVD from Walmart.
One for
Chad,
home and
have
one
you
for the
seen
car.
Boone the Bounty Hunter?
I
What's that?
have not seen it, no.
Oh.
So I would be
This-
perfect to actually sit and watch it.
It's
This
okay. I
needs
never watched Die
change.
Hard, so
Also sad.
The Marine 6.
Oh, jeez.
the Marine 6.
Are we up to 6? Yeah, we are up to
the
6.
Marine-
There's
Marine
one
inning.
Marine movie available on Showtime on demand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the one with Dean Ambrose.
Oh, what? That's a Marine?
Everybody was in the Marine eventually.
Yeah, or maybe it was The Condemned.
Yeah,
The
no, that's
Condemned
Randy
too.
Orton.
Oh no, it's Behind Enemy Lines.
No.
No, that's Ken Anderson. No, Dean Ambrose
Dean
Ambrose was in the 12 rounds 3.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
maybe that's it.
Yeah, which was actually
Maybe that's it, then.
kind of good. So it was we stuck. It was a siege on a police station, and he was trying to survive, and he had 12 bullets or something.
Speaking of the movies that
Oh,
wrestlers
Tina
were
says he
in,
was in 12 Rounds 3. That's
Yeah.
so it was-
Okay.
I want to see that the girl upstairs, that CM Punk movie.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I heard it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
All right, guys. Did everybody go? Did I get everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
This was
Tina's-
Oh,
Really
Tina
good
says
episode.
she's still pushing for a Mayhem West Coast.
Yes, this needs to happen. I know producer Missy's been getting in my ear about trying to do something about like that. So we're gonna see what we can do this year. The only West I'm going so far is Phoenix and LA. So I don't know if I'm getting to the Northwest by chance, but we'll figure something out. So, all right, guys, here we go, 14. And we're coming up on 700 episodes of this. I say we'll celebrate again when we get to 700 in a different way. I'm sure. But thank you, everybody, for being 12 rounds, 36 rounds.
Math puns.
Thank you, Chad, for coming back. Even though
happy to be here.
I see you several times a month at the wrestling shows.
Yeah, it's
with a camera in your hand.
Yeah. Yes.
So I know you're. Let's see. You'll be doing. Which one did I send you to? Oh, the one that just got announced with Rise.
Yes.
Where I'm telling you, hey, go 10 minutes down the road, please.
Go next door.
Hey.
Film this.
Yeah. There's a Rise just got announced. They're going to be in Baldwin. So very close to Pittsburgh. So
it's super close.
And some of us will be going to Prospect Pro Wrestling that day as well. So a little bit. I mean, not really head to head since they're like an hour away from each other, but still, some really good wrestling happening there. I forgot about the show because it wasn't on the calendar yet. And somebody's like, "Oh, there's 2 wrestling shows that day," and I was like, "Who's this other show?" And then they announced. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I knew about that." So a lot going on this week. RWA, like I said, the 11th anniversary show, Uprising. Rise is Friday night. So if you guys want to head down to Connellsville for that on Friday, and we'll have some fun there. And those will all be of course, recorded. Mad Mike, thank you so much.
And also check out NXT UK Takeover this Saturday.
This Saturday at like Sunday at 3 p.m. We're supposed to be doing an Indie Mayhem show with Jacob Edwin around noon, I think. I need to get just double check a confirmation on that. So
I'm pretty sure there's going to be like a fatal 4-way tag team ladder match.
Nice.
And Piper Niven versus Kaylee Ray versus Tony Storm, which should be baller.
Nice. Looking forward to all of that. So, and I think I don't know if I've watched the UK live, so I might give that a shot.
I haven't either.
It's a lot easier than Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to give it a shot because I don't care about football anymore. So
Well, there's that. Ronnie's been a new addition this year to the show.
Yeah.
Even though maybe he's been around the whole time. We're still figuring that out.
It's possible.
I'm going to look through some more of these MySpace pictures and see if you're hanging out in the background.
It's possible. It really is. I mean, I'm a little worried.
What's that, Mike?
Ronnie is the guy. Like, if we're looking MCU wise, Ronnie is the guy that Obadiah Stane yelled at. He was always in the background. He's just now coming to prominence.
Deep cuts. If you've watched Homecoming and seen that cut together.
Yes.
Man,
I've secretly been in the MCU.
Sword was able to pod this in a cave with a bunch of scraps.
There's been some fun situations. I did do the podcast from the parking lot in Detroit that one time this year.
Mm-hmm. Remember when we podcasted from my apartment?
Yeah, that's true. And then Chachi ran off and said, "I gotta save Chad."
Yep. Which he, I gotta find him. Which he did again recently.
That's right, he did.
He was just coming. He was just coming to pick me up. He's like, I gotta go find Chad. It's like, for this time I'm sober and we're actually going someplace.
Yeah, he texted me. He's like, I haven't said this in 10 years, but I'm gonna go save Chad.
I was like, hey, we're coherent.
Yay!
The bars don't close till 4 a.m. In New York. It was a pleasant surprise.
There needs to be another.
When you were running out to the Joker stairs.
Yeah. The Joker, the staircase. By the way, Mike, did you see? I don't know why I'm doing this on the show. Did you see the video of somebody that was in the apartment right beside them while they were filming the dance sequence?
Is that the actual stairs they filmed on?
Yeah.
Get the fuck
those ones that you threw a car seat down. Yeah, that's where Joker was filmed.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
They didn't look familiar.
I'm reasonably sure.
Damn.
I'm like 85% sure on that.
Yeah.
If it's not that one, then I know exactly what's.
That one's pretty straight. Like I threw a car seat that was in
the
trash.
Yeah.
There's another set of stairs that is like that. That's like 6 or 7 blocks away from where I was. So it's either the ones right by my apartment or those ones.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I know exactly where that fucking is.
Wow. Yeah. We should go visit and reenact it.
Oh God, I have been known to dress as the Joker.
I get Doc Remy to yell at the manhole covers about the Rat King again.
Yeah.
It was wild in Manhattan, man.
Mayhem in Manhattan.
It absolutely was. We need a reunion tour. All right, guys, thanks a lot. So this show doesn't last another 14 years. This recording.
And, be sure to download part 2.
Yes, part 2 and burn it to your CD, so you can listen to it in the car. And thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you, producer Missy, for for putting up with us. But I think she's been photoshopping the whole time. So we'll see you next time. Mayhem out. All right, guys. What the hell? I think we're just gonna call it Mayhemversary.
By the way, Chad, congrats.
Thank you. Sir.
There it is. The Mayhem marriage cycle is almost complete. I think.
Seriously, we're almost there.
Yeah. Although Eamon beat you both of you guys.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
True. Oh well.
You know what? He only beat us because we pushed him.
That's true. That's true.
Made him bump.
Man. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to cut you off here because I'm going to have to